If you have a question or a query for JewelleryMaker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
Buying from JewelleryMaker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. JewelleryMaker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
Did you know that when you book a JewelleryMaker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our JewelleryMaker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
The JewelleryMaker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to JewelleryMaker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share. Here at JewelleryMaker, we're always making improvements to give you a better shopping experience. We've recently upgraded our website to make it more user-friendly and easier to navigate around. We now have the guest checkout function, which allows customers to check out quickly without creating an account. Our homepage now informs you with what's currently live on the show, recently aired items, and today's deal of the day. We've improved our website navigation and added new categories to help customers quickly find the products they want. Our online range is growing fast with over 7,000 products available for you to purchase. And don't miss out on hundreds of brand new clearance lines with more added every week. Happy shopping with JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
And welcome to our Sunday Saver evening showcase. Yes, we are absolutely guaranteeing birthday treats are upon. Now you're going to go, hang on a minute, the birthday was last week. But this is the best of the birthday weekend. We're taking everything that was big, everything that you loved about the birthday, and we're condensing it into 2 shows, last night and tonight. Now, if you missed last night's show, you missed some big deals. I mean, we had some absolute Brahmas, from the black diamonds to natural purple garnet. The good thing is that if you missed last night, you're not going to want to miss out on at any moment this evening, because we are taking the rest of the birthday celebration, the big treats, everything that you loved, like the Africana of the Aquamarines. We've got some amazing chain deals. We've got mega deals on Cabochon. Look at this. This is one deal. That's it. 4,700 carats of Cabochon there, and we're going to do that as a mega deal offer. That's going to be one of your big treats of the evening. That's to look forward to. Plus, on top of that, we are going to relaunch the Halo collection. Halo, 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 Halo. Woo! Woo! That's how Beyonce sings it. This, yeah. I mean, this is the Halo collection, and you're going to say hello to this deal. See what I did there? I'm so down with those kids. Yes, absolutely gorgeous. We have got a brand new treat. So you've got these glorious halo charms, plus we're going to do you a mega deal on the bracelet. It's your very own, and I know you've all been asking for it, it's your very own snake chain bracelet. I love this bracelet. I love this type of design, and it's one of those that you can make personal, you can style personal, but it's all about the foundation qualities, and that is the ultimate snake chain bracelet. Add in the halo charms, and all of this is going to be launched 7 p.m. this evening. Now obviously within the evening we also have lots of jewellery making inspiration, and the gorgeous lady to join us is the wonderful Sarah Elvin. Hello lovely lady.
Hello.
Been ages, so that's rather nice to see you today.
Wasn't it?
Yes, big show today because we're around the world in terms of our kits.
Yes.
And we're around the world first of all to the USA.
We are.
But for me, obviously when you think of red, white and blue, you're also thinking very much in keeping with this coming weekend, with obviously the big wedding, the wedding of the year, I think, for most people. So this is going to be very much a kit that could be diversified into that look, can we?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you've got everything in there you need. We can make big classic pieces, statement pieces, or keep it really sort of simple and pared down as well.
Yeah, and so that's kit number one. And then kit number two takes us to Spain, and oh my goodness me, the lace in the second kit is divine. I mean, genuinely, we're talking about the deluxe quality. You've made the most magnificent. Well, try and grab it because actually I need you to see it. Mike, would you mind? It's a full bib style of lace, and it's almost, you can imagine this again, acting as a collar to the neckline. And oh, here it is. So this is kit number two. Look at this. Oh, and oh, doesn't it make you just go, wow? It really has got that wow factor. The lace work is just stunning. And I love the fact that we're mixing almost textures, and we're mixing the qualities of design with the gemstones and with obviously the lace work. It's all to go for. And this is going to be kit number two, which joins us at 9 p.m. this evening. So that's to look forward to as well. So there's loads and loads. This is a Sunday Saver showcase, so we know that for a fact. We're going to give you big savings, but it's also a celebration of our big birthday week. This is a roundup. This is literally just condensing everything that was great. Things like the Halo collection that launched. Things like the chains. Now this is going to be fast and furious. Told you yesterday evening, there's big deals to be had this evening for your chains. Look at this. It's going to be one of your big treats of the first hour. This is going to be our mega deal. Yes, mega deal on your Rolo chain. Now, Rolo chains, one of the most principally unique in terms of shape formation of links. Why? Because most link formation on chains are oval. This, the Rolo chain, always going to be round, and that's what gives it the differential. It changes a very different style to the look, and one of the most durable, one of the most practical. This is the type of chain that you would see used in marine and shipping. This is the type of strength that you get, and that of course makes a huge difference to us when we're designing our pendants, to know that you've got that strength to the chain to add. So this is going to be one of your big deals. I can tell you now, price wise on this, we're going to guarantee under £15. Under £15. And it is coming your way before the end of the hour. Right, let's get straight to it. Let's really whip up a storm, because this next section is all about chains. You're going to have a chain reaction. Thank you. And literally, this is going to be first come, first served. This is very much last of stock. These are some of our most popular chains, by far our most significant chains, but they've been so well received that they're now very much last of stock. So if you see it and you like it, it's a go this evening. You've got your Prince of Wales. Interestingly enough, do you want to know the difference between a Prince of Wales to any other loop-on-loop chain? You have to have a minimum of 4 links to every single link to make it a Prince of Wales chain. Oh my goodness me, there is only 5 of this Prince of Wales chain, 5 links that connect each singular link together, and that's what makes the Prince of Wales. And the reason that it looks like it's twisted is because each one of those 5 links that just creates that just natural twist to the chain itself. So you get that light almost crashing, like waves of light over the surface of the Prince of Wales design. 5, 4, 3 chances is all you've got. It's 18-inch chain that you have here, 925 sterling silver, and it's yours for the taking. 1 left. It's going to be a sellout. £7.95 straight to it. Congratulations if you've already confirmed on this a huge opportunity that we have for you. Final chances for this to be yours. And obviously all you need to know is that if you see it and you want it, now is the time for you to confirm. Yours for the taking. Congratulations. Right, that's a sellout deal. Wipeout! That's a wipeout. That is a sellout deal straight to another feature chain. Now this time I'm going to tell you quantity is again 5. 5 of 5 about, that's all we have, and this is a full reel. It's a meter of sterling silver. Now look at this for the quality of a Rolo chain. Look at the strength. How much silver are you getting here? Wow, this is amazing. Oh my life. So you've got 2.8 mil size, 10 grams of silver. 10 grams of silver. Then that's 10.82. So if we give you some idea, 0.82 is normally your average chain weight for a classic trace or curb chain. I had 5, I've only got 3 left. It's a full meter of your solid sterling silver oval Rolo chain. Now the classic Rolo chain is round. That's your tradition. That's why this is classified as oval, because it's so different to what we used to. Oh my goodness me. Sometimes a Rolo chain is known as a Belcher chain as well. Very much impacting, very solid, 10.8 grams. I mean, that's some serious weight to a chain, and it's all yours for the taking. Under £20. Wowzers. Margaret already got hers. Congratulations, Margaret. I've also got buys joining us in Yorkshire, Kent, Essex, Midlands. I've only got 5 though, so if you're on the web and you haven't checked out, 1 left. That's it. There was 5, now there's 1. I don't know where it's going to go to. It's going to go, and it's congratulations to whoever checks out their basket the fastest on that deal. Straight on to the next opportunity, and this time this is just a lovely addition to the neckline. And you know, the nice thing about here at JewelleryMaker is we give you that almost that centerpiece to the pendant alongside the chain, so you're going to get both at the same price tag. But then you can kind of add your personal touch. Maybe you give a birthstone charm that then makes it personal as a gift. Perhaps you're going to give a little bit of detail, engraving detail, to the actual elongated vertical bar here. This is going to be one of those that you can really make personal by adding to the effect as it sits. Now for me, I'm one of those that just goes, actually, I just like this as it is. I don't want to do anything else with it. But that's just how I like jewellery. I like very simple, but I do love the idea of maybe adding a little birthstone, maybe, you know, coming up, obviously we're heading into, well, we're in May now, aren't we? So we could add an emerald for May. Going into June, you could add a pearl perhaps for July, you add a ruby. And you know, because we do make these kind of gemstones affordable, you can make that personal touch to your individual chain and vertical bar necklace. Now the price tag you should be paying is £12.95, and that's for the bar and for the chain. So it's classified as a necklace, which means you're getting both for one price tag. Price tag £12.95 is not the price you're going to pay. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Never been seen this low before. You would pay £8.95 for just the chain, but instead you've got the chain and the pendant for £8.95 today. Yeah, make the most of this deal while we have the offer. I mean, if you think about birthday gifts, £8.95. If you think about what you normally buy for this price point, what, a bunch of flowers?
You'd be lucky.
Yeah. maybe a box of chocolates, and both of those things are going to short-term gain, really, aren't they?
They are, and you know, if it's something that you can wear every single day that has got personal meaning to you, that maybe, you know, if somebody's got this engraved or stamped for you, it could have a secret message, couldn't it?
It could. £8.95 and it's sold out. That was the lowest price. Congratulations if you got that right. Straight on we go. Let's go to the next chain, and these are literally on to gone. If you see it and you want it, it's a nice style chain. This is the kind of chain that will give you the facility to really add your own personal detail. Give yourself the chance to be able to really facilitate that individual quality to your neckline by adding a personal pendant, but a pendant that you've designed. But you need a foundation, and I mean, the nicest part about chains is that it's just the beginning of the design that you then add to, isn't it?
It is, and sometimes it's nice to work backwards. To start with a chain, and then think, I know what I'm going to put onto that, because it gives you that base, so you can look at it and think, this might be something that's a little bit more weighty, or, you know, and then you can work your bail around the chain, so the bail's the perfect size to fit on the chain, it doesn't look out of place. You can work backwards from a beautiful chain.
I always think that with this kind of size of link as well, you know, you can facilitate making a charm necklace, you know, adding detail to the actual linking. Some links are quite close, so it means that you don't have that facility. But with this style, with this being the Rolo chain, again, we're back into that style of the Rolo, the larger link, that you really can add that detail to your design. A fabulous look that we have. Shall we just pop it quickly against the neckline so you can see it in action? Actually, this would be really nice as it is. I'd get the longer chain and then I'd get this length, and I think it would go really nicely as a double drop. I'd do this as a double drop. What? That says £4.95. That says £4.95. Right, no wonder these are flying out. No wonder, because we're taking it under a £5. So, you know, in that same principle of if you want to make something for somebody, start with sterling silver and you're instantly adding that luxury. You know, silver's a precious commodity. Let's not underestimate that silver is a highly prized commodity. And yet here we are, pricing it at £4.95. Make the most of the deal. Over a gram of silver guaranteed in this deal. Congratulations, on and gone. That's the way it is. That's the way it is today. We did prep you for this, though. Yesterday evening I told you lots about this because I was so excited about it. I know lots of people who are talking about this style of pearl look. Now, you've got so many options because the design element is what you do to the top of this, but actually everything else has been done for you. So you've got the slider here, and I'll just quickly show you how the slider works. You can see here, it's a simple levy, and the stopper, just like that, there's the stopper. You can choose where you want it to be, whether you want it to be closer to the pearls, which sit at the very bottom of the design, or whether you want to sit it closer to the top and then perhaps add detail further around. So you then have the potential for this to be an almost, if I just pop this on my neckline, you could almost, if you wanted to, create a pearl necklace, then add the chain to the pearl and then have the tassel dropping down with the additional pearls. Or you might actually want to go the other way around and go, actually, I don't want that much of a drop. I just want this to be an almost pendant-like style. Add a clasp and you've got yourself a necklace. So you've got loads of different options, lots of ways to be able to style this. Really, really lovely look that you have here. I really like these because I think, especially if you're just getting started into jewellery making and you just want to have something that gives you a flavour of the potential that you have, and you just want to try out perhaps adding a clasp, maybe you just want, but you want something that's going to be a really great look no matter what, then this is the one for you. This is another one of those, give it a try and see what we're like. See the quality that we can provide for you. Solid 925 sterling silver. Then on top of that, you've got your gold plating. Traditionally, gold plating of this quality is 18 karat gold. So that means you've got 18K on top of a sterling silver setting. It's a popcorn chain, probably one of the most popular of the whole of this stylized contemporary chain. And on top of that, you've got your slider and your freshwater drops. All of this should have been 27. Now we dropped to 21.95. Now, obviously, this is a last to stock offer, and the quantity you see here is all we've got. Sunday Saver Showcase is what we've guaranteed for you for the whole of the evening. We're guaranteeing rock bottom prices. We're really going to drive those prices as low as we can go. It is a case of first come, first served with us, though. You see it, you like it. And of course, the nice thing is that even when some of the work's been done for you, you still have the chance to be able to give that personal touch. I always think with this is that it's up to you where you go once you've got this type of style.
It is. I'm just thinking we've got a bridal event coming up very shortly on JewelleryMaker.
Oh, have we?
Get one step ahead of the game, because I'm thinking if you've got a bridal choker, that those drops down the back of an open dress.
Ooh.
It's going to give the bride that flexibility to have the choker style quite and tight up to her neckline, but still have all that beautiful detail down the back of the dress.
Gosh, just imagine how gorgeous that would be.
Yes.
Oh, I want to get married again. Just I haven't got a nice enough back though. I think you have to have a really lovely back for that. You know, like Nicole Kidman when she in that advert, as she walks up those steps,
yes.
and she just turns around and she goes. And you think to yourself, when have I in my life? I am now 41 years old. I have never looked that glam. Not one, not even an ounce, not even a tiny smidgen. Have I ever walked up steps and gone? I mean, it's just never happened. Maybe it's time. Maybe I need to make that happen. It'll only happen if I make it happen, right? Right? It's not going to happen, I'll guarantee. I'll have a child attached to my leg. I'll have some sick on my shoulder. I'll be like, that's more like it. I'll be like that. What's that? Oh, sure, that's just my life. Right, let's go to another one. Oh, those additional designs, and those additional designs where you have the pendant and the chain for one price tag. Now, the last one sold out. This one's going to go the same way. It's the same style in that vertical bar of the pendant with then the chain on top. This is again about making something personal. Oh, and putting nice fingerprints on the bar, as you can see there. Lovely, Vicky. But as you can see, you've got that really nice open expanse where you can add a personal touch. Maybe this is going to be a memory necklace, you know, a remembrance necklace of a loved one that's lost or gone. You know, maybe this is going to be the pendant that you wear that perhaps has their name or the date, or perhaps something that is momentous. Maybe it's going to be an anniversary date, or perhaps it's going to be, you know, a celebration day, happy 40th, or, you know, something along those lines where you can give that personal touch. And, you know, it doesn't cost that much to go somewhere and get, you know, something like this hand engraved. But normally, if you're going to pay for something like this and the engraving, that's where they'll make the money, on the actual product, not on the engraving. So potentially, you buy this, you just take it somewhere and say, can you engrave it for me, please? Not a problem. And you then make that personal touch happen for that somebody special. It might be for you. It might be your personal touch. It might be perhaps the detail of blood type. I know quite a lot of people wear, you know, the medical bracelets. Maybe you want to wear something a little bit more stylized, and you want to put your medical details on here, because those are the things that you can wear with great style, but actually also have a practical feel as well. You know, there's so many versatile opportunities with this kind of length. Normally, if we have the smaller pendant, you kind of restrict it to maybe an initial or something, whereas here you've got a little bit more detail to be added.
That's it. So it could be that you want to put a phone number on it. You know,
call me.
Well, I always put phone numbers on the inside of things for my children, because they never remember the phone number.
No.
And you know, it's one of those things that, you know, if you just need a phone number, because they don't store it in their phones. They don't have their phones with them all the time. Well, my children
don't have phones.
They're not all, you know, sometimes it's like, I always used to say to them, if you get lost, I used to give them a bit of paper to put in their pocket with our phone numbers on. So it could be that you want to just, you know, have something really stylised, or it could be that it's a birth date or an anniversary date or anything like that. But it's so stylish a way to have that remembrance of a date.
I agree.
Or a name. Yeah. It may be a loved one that you want to keep really close to your heart, you know, but you don't want a locket or anything like that that's a bit sort of more obvious. This is very stylised, and you could have their name very close to your heart. Agreed.
And it's sterling silver. It's got that quality about it guaranteed, haven't you? You've got that longevity because it's sterling silver and the gold finish. Congratulations, you got that great price tag this evening. Right, straight to another deal deal. Simple stars like this come in lots of different versions. This one, well, what about this? I think I need this one. I really like this. Please, can I have this one? Pretty please. Please, can I accidentally not put this back in the box and just leave it on my neckline for the rest of the evening?
Yeah.
Yes,
lovely.
is that all right?
That's fine. It's fine. No one will mind.
Everyone's going, yeah, that's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine, Vix. I shan't, but I'd really like to. This is your sterling silver rose gold plated horizon bar necklace in your 17-inch drop, which sits right on the center of the décolletage. It really is going to be another one of those give the personal touch. Whether that personal touch is that perhaps you're going to have the detail of initials, or whether it's going to be a date, or you know, perhaps it's a personalized name, you know, anything like that. Maybe on one side you do something that you don't mind other people looking at, and maybe on the other side you make that personal message to you know, to either the person that you're giving it to or the personal message to yourself. You know, there's that chance, isn't there? You know, like for example, you could put mother on the front, and then perhaps you put, you know, the birthday, or perhaps you put, you know, with lots of love on the back. You know, yes. you make that personal touch, but you keep, you know, I always think that something personal is about, you know, from one person to another rather than everyone else having to know about it. And maybe that personal touch can happen with this. A lovely design, another solid feature of silver work as well. 4 grams of silver guaranteed into this design. That's the chain and the pendant together, so you're getting both together for just £15.95. And again, that's a wide base to be able to work upon. And maybe you want to hammer it, maybe you want to texturize it. You know, this is Jewellery Maker. We're trying to give you something to build upon. We're not just giving you jewelry to buy, but we're giving you jewelry to design upon, jewelry to add personal touch. Maybe this is going to have, you know, a texture to it. Maybe you're going to give it a little bit of a different appeal. Maybe patinaing it to give that something different. Whatever you want to do to make this yours, this is Jewellery Maker at its best. We're giving you that foundation to build upon. £15.95 is all you pay for that deal. That's a lot of silver, but also a lot of detail for that price tag. Right, we have got our first star buy, and our first star buy sits within the same vein. We're talking neckwear and we're talking the chain, but this is one of our new contemporary stars. A lot of you have been asking. We've done some great traditional, the Prince of Wales curb chains and those stars. A lot of you have been asking for us to do this style, which is the snake, and this next one, which is your ball chain. One of the most popular deals of our birthday, and we take what we've got left and we do it as a mega deal. Ball chain. Now, the beautiful thing about ball chain is that it is as you expect it. It's formed by individual balls stacked together to create a wonderful play of light. Now, the light play on this style of chain is so different to any other chain because there's no other chain that really secures. I mean, the closest is probably a popcorn chain, but popcorn chain is almost nuggets of silver, whereas these are individual spheres. And because you've got that sphere, it's a bit like, you know, when the light plays off a pearl, the light moves in a very different way, doesn't it? Well, it's the same with the ball chain. The light is moving very differently. Things like Rolo chains and curb chains have an open surface area, so you get almost a mirror reflection of light. Where with a ball chain, each one of those spheres, each one of those balls is just going to rotate the light. So light transforms in a very different way on a ball chain, and that's why this is such a popular chain to work with, because it does create something different. It gives you an aesthetic value before you even start designing with it. For me, I would just use this over over and over and over again against my wrist, against my neckline. I'd make some tassel earrings. That's where I think this comes into its own. Anything that you want to give movement to that creates a light effect, well, the ball chain is most certainly going to be the option for you. Tassels for the ear, tassels on the neckline, perhaps creating a multi-wrap. Now, yesterday evening we were talking about multi-wrapping chain, and we were saying how very popular, as I'm sure you've seen, this kind of style of bracelet is at the moment, where you've just got that almost waterfall, that cascading effect on the wrist, maybe just a little bit looser so that you have that movement of the chains just catching the light and really just like, let me hold it there, like that. You can see how well that works, and you can almost instantly put that into your life, can't you? And that's what I love about chain like this, is that you can instantly place it into wearable jewellery. You can instantly see this as the bracelet that you put on, and probably, you know, for the rest of the week you don't need to take off, because it goes with every outfit, whether you're going to work, whether you're heading for a coffee with friends, whether you're going out, you know, for an evening out. This is the kind of bracelet that has that potential to really work on a day-to-day basis.
That's it. I love pieces of jewellery that work really hard for you.
Yeah.
So if you put a clasp on the full length of that, it could be a double or triple wrapped neckline piece.
Yeah.
It can be a wrap bracelet for you. It could be almost like a little belt to go around something you've got a small enough waist to be able to do that. You know, if you've just got a little shift dress or something that just needs that little attention to detail around the waist, it could even be that for you. But for me, I love the fact that you've got the versatility. I'd wear that long, tied in a knot, so have it as a long line neckline piece. And just tie a knot in the front of it as well, and make that really, you know, just a really simple piece of jewellery.
See, I was thinking I'm going to buy 2 of these, because it's a metre, and I'm pretty sure I could reuse that metre very quickly. Like, my head's already got at least 3 or 4 designs that I'm already chomping at the bit to want to see. And I mean, one of the things I think with the ball chain in particular, because of the spheres within the linking design, I just think this works so nicely as a tassel. Could you imagine, get 2 lots of this, right, or actually you only need 1 lot really, and make some tassel earrings. I mean, for an evening out, to get that movement, they're light enough to be easy wearable, but then actually they're, okay, can I just let you know, I've already got cues on the phone line. We haven't even talked about the price tag, and I've already got cues on the phone lines on this one. If you're joining us on the phone lines, it's a free phone number. If you're joining us on the web, check out your basket so you don't miss out. But there's lots of potential. Think about how many meters you want, because obviously we're selling per meter. Think about how many you want. It's a bit like if you've ever done any kind of haberdasheries, or if you've ever, I always used to work, so I used to work for my mum's best friend, who had still does have a material company, and we used to go out, we used to sell material, and the ladies used to say it is always better to get more than less, because at some point, if you have just to the limit of what you want, you know you're going to miss out, you know you're not going to have, at some point it'll come and bite you on the, won't it? You know, at some point you'll miss out on making the thing that you want, or it won't be the final flourish. And I think that's the nicest part about this, is that actually go to the max, think about how many meters you want, buy that meterage, and then if it's maybe you decide to maybe do 2 or 3 meters, but you only really want to keep just 2, well, send the rest back. It's not a problem, but it's better to get the more than the less. Sheila, Anne, Patricia, Lynn, Jean, you've got yours. Everybody pays the final price tag with us. We haven't even talked about that price tag. I've got lots of people. You do what? Oh, no. We haven't said that yet, though. Hang on a minute. What price tag were you guessing that this was going to go to? Because let me just hold this out, because I'm obviously, I was showing you, but if I just show you that, this is a full metre of sterling silver. Remember, this is not silver plated, this is a full metre of sterling silver. Were you thinking under £10? Because I so wasn't. I was so nowhere near £9.95. Wowzers. Crikey on a bikey, that's low. Now you understand why you've got the multi-purchase. Now you know that you've got that freedom to buy as many as you want for £9.95 for a metre. 3 or 4 metres, and you've still got so much opportunity. And look, if you only want 3 metres and you've bought 5 metres, then send 2 back. But what you can't guarantee is if you buy 1 metre and then you get it home and then you work with it and then you go, oh, I need more of that. one of the things I always say with us is that we can't give you the guarantee on these deals. Right? These deals are so good, but they're often just one-off deals. There's sometimes there are certain things like tools we try to keep as much as possible on that even keel of availability and pricing. But something like chain, standing silver is obviously a precious commodity. Check the price of silver now, it'll be different to the price of silver tomorrow. So we can't guarantee you these prices at any point other than now that you are going to get this length, a whole metre for £9.95. So it's so much more sense to get multiples while we've got it available at £9.95 than it is to buy one, pick up the phone in a few days later and go, oh, I bought this lovely chain, can I have more? I'm really sorry, 9/10 of the time the answer is going to be no. Not all the time, but a lot of the time on this option, especially at this kind of price tag, the answer will be no. So it's very much worth multi-purchasing to the larger than to the minimum. And I'm a great stickler for that one, and only because I think I've learned from experience that the times when I haven't is the times when I have actually, been punished by the fact that I haven't multi-purchased to the bigger quantity. This is the one that I would certainly suggest that you multi-purchase to. And you could use things like, the Kumihimo what they're called. The clasps that we close over.
Ribbon clasps.
Yes. You could use that to the ends, couldn't you?
You could.
Because it's not a link, so how would we close it off?
So we can use a piece of fine sterling silver wire.
Yes.
Just to wrap around the last ball on the chain and then to create a little loop to put your clasp onto.
Okay,
that would work very nicely if you want almost a seamless finish.
Yes.
You could use the smaller Kumihimo end caps and actually glue your chain into there using one of our really strong jewellery making glues such as an E6000.
Yeah.
Because that sets, and it will set with flexibility, which works beautifully for chain.
Yeah.
You could also capture these in the crocodile clips as well, the crocodile sort of jawed clasps we have, if you want that sort of wide banded bracelet style.
That's what I was thinking, because I was thinking when we talk about those tassels and we're talking about, we almost want that a little bit of movement, don't we? Need that a little bit of space so you have that cascading effect. And you want as much cascading effect because the detail of each one of those spheres is so special. £9.95 is all you pay on that deal. Huge opportunity. Massive congratulations if you got that. I'm going to leave that there because I'm very much inclined to think that's something that if we've got any left in stock that we might catch up on that one later on. Right, let's go to another feature deal. Now this is pretty much as solid chain as you're going to get. This has really got that strength about it. One of the things I like about chains like this is that there is that durability about them. There's that strength, and that's because this is a curb chain. Curb chains are probably the most traditional chains around. Curb chains are designed within the mindset of link on link or loop on loop style, and you've got that loop on loop formation within this silver coloured curb chain. You've got here your 1 by 1.6 mil. This is a 36-inch plus, and then you have a further 2-inch extender as well along the clasp. So that's 36 plus your 2-inch, which take you to 38. That would be classified to traditionalists as a rope chain because of the length of it. Anything that sits over 34-inch is classified to most as a rope chain. Sometimes it would be known as a lariat to others, but really traditionalists, especially if you're traditionalists based on the lengths of pearls for these tiles, then really it's classified as a rope chain. And I will just quickly show you the length of this. Sits right to my midriff. I mean, it takes me right down to the centre of my tummy. And it gives you that extension. A while back, I got some information. This made me stop and think. And then when you see, I saw within the same couple of weeks, I saw the Duchess of Cambridge and Kate Moss all with the same look, right? I got told this. A friend of mine was having a stylist's photographs, right? So she was, that's her job. So she was having, and the stylist put on a long 36-inch chain, and the stylist said, that'll make you look slimmer. And the girl, my friend had kind of gone, what do you mean? She said, take a look. When you wear a chain that makes a V to your waistline, all it does is creates a, you know, like those bandeau dresses, and the bandeau dress creates that kind of hourglass figure, doesn't it, because of the shape of it. That's exactly what a chain can do, because where does your eye go? Your eye takes you straight to the center. It cuts into your waist, and you think to yourself, and literally within that week, when my friend had told me, within that week, right, I'd seen the Duchess of Cambridge, beautiful long length, straight to the waist, and you kind of, oh yeah. Then Kate Moss, I mean, almost royalty of the red carpet and royalty of the royals, and you've got that. You're going to do what? No. You're going to take me to £1.95. That says £1.95. That says Sunday Saver Showcase. Go, 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 £1.95. That is not the price that's on my list, that's for sure. It's not the price that you would averagely expect. An amazing 36-inch extended to 38-inch chain. Amazing. And that comes with the clasp, so it's not just an open. Now, no surprise, multi-purchases going on hugely. I mean, we're looking at 5s, we've got 3s allocated, we've got, literally Becky's just reading out the quantities that are driving out now, and they're driving at a force with 2s, 3s, 5s, 3s. That's how it is. £1.95 is all you pay. A full length. And the nice thing is, because there is a clasp, and lots of the chain supplies these days, if you get this kind of length, won't give you a clasp because you can pull it over your head. But actually, by getting the clasp, you then have the freedom to multi-wrap. You've got the freedom to perhaps style it as a bracelet. You've got the freedom to obviously design your jewellery, because if you're adding a pendant and you're thinking, actually, I want a lariat pendant to the centre, then you've got the chance to be able to look at that. I mean, literally, I love the fact that all I'm hearing, Becky, it sounds like bingo. She's like 3, 2, 5, 2, 2, 3, 7. Oh, leg is 11. I've got 2s. Yes, Sheila's got 2. Oh, I've got a pair of Sheilas.
Oh.
Not a pair of jeans. We were talking about that yesterday evening. I always think I'm having a lucky day if I have a pair of jeans. 2 jeans side by side. So I've got 2 Sheilas.
Okay.
So if I get a pair of jeans, like Jean from Sheffield and Jean from Carmarthenshire, it's a pair of jeans. That's a lucky day. Hasn't happened for a long time though, but I do have a pair of Sheilas. I feel fairly lucky, fairly lucky. Sheila and Kate's bought 2. Sheila has bought in London 3. Julie's just come in and she's bought how many? Julie's got 3. Yes, I can see that. Okay, we've got a buyer in Essex who's bought 5. That's our biggest quantity so far. 5, oh no, it's not. That's going up now. 3, Susanna, congratulations to Lynn. 3 in Oxfordshire. I don't think there's anybody who's bought 1 yet, is there? Let me just check. 2, 3, 2. Oh, maybe Patricia. Beg your pardon. Yes, I think you're right. Patricia's got just 1, but that's fair dues. I tell you what, me personally, I think I'd be going for this. I'd go for this, especially if you come think about summer fairs and things like that coming up, where you want your jewellery to go as far as possible. But you know, for one of my friends was asking me whether I'd do our school fair, whether I'd do some jewellery, and you know, and you kind of go, oh, I don't know whether I've got the time. You know, it's just just so much to kind of think about. But in reality, if you're just making a simple pendant, you know, simple easy wrap pendant, or you could buy the chains, you could actually set up all of the gemstones on a table. You know, kids can make their own jewellery for £5. You provide the chain and they get then make to their own. That's a really good idea, isn't it?
See, now you can do the fair. You have got time, because if you know providing those gemstones and they're making them, all you're providing is all the facilities to make those pieces.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
I just need to get the bead scoop,
Yeah.
and I need to get head pins,
That's it.
and I can help them do the whole.
Wrap loops.
Did you see the revelation? That was like light bulb moment for me. Oh, that doesn't happen very often. Write it down in the diary. Right, let's go to. You think I'm joking, and I'm so not. Take a look at the next deal that we have for you. Now, this is your curb chain in your traditional terms. Curb chains sit statistically flat to the skin. So, say something like your classic cable chain. Your classic cable chain will always have links that then are horizontal and vertical to each other. Whereas with the curb chain is always designed almost twisted to a 90 degrees so that the links sit smooth to the hand. Can you see how that's flat? And even though it's multiple links, it sits smooth to the skin. And one of the things I always think about with you're not going to do, I've just looked at this and just gone, oh no, oh no. Do you know what price this is going to be? We were at £1.95.
Can't go any lower than that, surely.
Well, I think we can. I think we have. I mean, if there was a point where I was thinking, maybe I can't do that school fair, I'm now at the point where I'm going, oh yes, I can. A little chain like that, get a pot of gemstones, a pot of head pins, close up that, right, you can take 5 gemstones from the pot, choose whichever 5 you want, put it on a head pin, I'll close it up, I'll put it on your chain, and there you have it. Thanks very much for a £5. The rest, so that's going to cost me maybe £2 in total, and then the £3 can go to the school. Cool. That chain's amazing. That is fabulous. I mean, we've just got multiple purchases. Right, if you don't mind, if you could leave me some, then that would be amazing, because I have definitely got an idea for some. Oh, that's amazing. £1.35 is all you pay. Fabulous deal there. What a treat. Whatever's left, I'm just going to take them all, and I'm just going to do that. That'd be brilliant.
It's a really nice way, because they get to choose the colours they want, the style they want, how they want it all to sit. It's personal to them, or to whoever they're giving it to.
That's brilliant. I need to write that code down. Bex, will you do us a favour and write that code down for us? Because that's even cheaper. Now, this is the gold version. So if you liked what we just did, you kind of know what we're capable of now with these prices. So it's worth getting ready to react as fast as you can on this next deal. Gold coloured curb chain that we have for you here. It's your 1x1.6mm. It's an 18-inch plus a 2-inch extender. And all of this, I'll just show you the lobster clasp, because this is another part of the detail that's important, is that you've got that solid leverage. One of the things I always look for is a large lever on here, because I have a number of relatives who struggle with arthritis, and so I'm always looking for the larger lever so that they don't, because they can't actually facilitate, they can't really move their thumb, and so they always have to be able, instead of using their nail, they have to be able to do that with their finger. Can you see that? So that's really important to me, that the clasp has to be big enough. Something that I've become much more aware of as my family's got older, you know, my aunties, etc. And so this is really important. And I'm sure for a lot of us, I tell you what we need to get more of as well, magnetic clasps. We need more of those in our lives, don't we?
Oh, definitely.
I need to speak to our buying team. We're matching the price tag. We're matching the price tag. £1.35 is all you pay. An amazing opportunity. Bex, will you write this code down for me as well? If there's any stock left, will you write down how much stock there is? Because I'm just gonna take it all. Oh yeah. I think I would, you know. I wonder how many I'd need for a school fair. Need to have a think about that, don't I? £1.35. Should I just buy 200 and just... There's not 200 left, she says, oh well. Now it's yours for the taking. £1.35 is all you pay. And you know, to inspire others to get into jewellery making, think about it. Have you got, you know, a local fair coming your way? Do you have a town fair or a school fair? What about inspiring others? You know, for me, I've got quite young children, and so I know how exciting it is. My daughter was, for her 9th birthday, we did her birthday party was a jewellery making party. And the thrill the girls got, and there was, I think it was 10 of them, and we all sat down, the thrill of their final jewellery that they'd made, the just total excitement and pride that they had making that jewellery. And I just think how to inspire somebody to be creative, how to inspire somebody. Look, we're not all going to be academics, we're not all going to be brilliant at doing maths and English, but actually what you could be is amazing at jewellery making, or you might be amazing at craftsmanship, or, you know, that's the lovely thing about it, is that I think we're all good at something. It's just about finding that something. So to inspire children to go, well, let's give this a go, because this might be something that you really enjoy, something that, and even if you're not great at it, if you enjoy it, it doesn't matter, does it?
That's it. It's just having that go, isn't it? And it's having the confidence that you've got the materials that you can let you have that chance.
Totally.
This is perfect for that.
Taught, Sarah. Congratulations. I love the fact that the girls, they don't even hide their discourse at me. They don't even, like these days, maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, they'd have rolled their eyes quietly. Now they just go, oh. I love it. At least I know where I stand with them. That's the nice thing. I mean, they just keep you down, you know, they keep me level. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. You have Prince of Wales. Love, love, love the Prince of Wales. Can I get a real close so that we can show you the twist on the Prince of Wales? Oh, hang on, my hand needs to be there because it's too white, isn't it? There you go. Look at this. Look at the detail of the Prince. The Prince of Wales is one of the most intensely crafted of the traditional curve chains. This is where you have that multiple of a minimum of 4 links that link into each singular link. And that's what makes the twist. Thus it's multiple links. Ah, I mean, just the quality of the craftsmanship that you're seeing here for under 10. Is that already sold out? Oh, you know your stuff tonight, don't you? Get in. Congratulations, you got that. Obviously, these are all Sunday Saver Showcase deals, which the whole of the evening is. We're celebrating the birthday by taking the best of what's been the birthday. We've got the halo, halo, halo. Is that what the promotion was? Is that when we did the big, like, for the birthday? Did we have that song playing in the background when we launched it? Ooh, that's your halo design. This is going to be the snake bracelet and the halo coming up in the 7 o'clock hour. These are to look forward to. Now, obviously, we've still got a Sunday mega deal on this here chain, right? Everything we've done so far is leading to this mega deal, and I'm not allowed to call things mega deals unless they're an absolute guarantee to be a mega deal. That's happening very shortly. Think about how many you want now, multi-purchase straight away. Straight to this next deal. Look at this one for, you know, simple style, simple wearability. That's what you've most definitely got here. This is again your solid sterling silver, and when we talk about sterling silver, we have to identify that anything over a gram is classified as a luxury, and here this is 1.48 grams guaranteed within this design. You've got the inch, so that's apparently the 1 millimeter, 1 inch, that's a heck of a size of a link, wouldn't it? Your 1 mil cable link that you have here, and it's all yours in a 46 centimeter drop. $6.95 is all you pay on this deal. Wow, that is good. A nice bolt ring clasp just to finish it all off. All of this, look, for one price tag. $6.95 is all you pay. Hold those lines so you don't miss out. I'd buy both. So I'd get the shorter and then I'd get the longer, because that is another big look of the moment. Jennifer Aniston, who she did a big red carpet event maybe a few weeks ago, must have been maybe about 5 or 6 weeks ago. Black dress, nothing else but a double drop. Black dress, I just mean nothing else as in, like, you know, it was black dress and then 2 drop chin like this, and it looked stunning. I mean, she's stunning anyway, but you know, she really rocked it. And I thought, actually, that's the kind, because I normally wear just a single chain. Now you've got the option, because the pricing of these is so good, you can get both and you can do that double drop. You've got the top drop, now you need the bottom drop. That's going to be a sellout. This is going to be a mega deal. Can't say it unless we do it. for me, this is such a great look. I love the fact you've got that extension of design, and I mean for the length that we're looking for, especially if you want to showcase your design of your pendant, if you want to showcase your jewelry craftsmanship, this is a length that's going to sit to hold the icon, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a really lovely length to put a pendant onto that really catches the eye, whether it's a higher neckline that's going to then sit over that higher neckline, or whether it's something like the sort of neckline I've got on where you can put it underneath the collar and it's still going to sit in the right place for you.
And I think that, you know, with this kind of length, it creates a lovely V. You know, you have that instant to the drop. It really creates that focal point, doesn't it?
It does.
And you know, especially going into this next phase of seasons, when you head into summer, off the shoulder tops, vest tops, you know, we wear a lot of shirts, you know, like kind of like soft flowing shirts, where you just want to have a little bit more. If it's shorter, then it kind of closes in the neckline, which is lovely if you've got like a V shape like this. But actually, in reality, anything else where it's off the shoulder, or if it's a closed neckline, you then lose the chain, and you don't want to lose this one. This is one of our heaviest. This is one of our most impressive. Anybody who does wire work, you know that you need the right balance between the weight of your chain and the weight of your pendant. If you get a too light a chain and you're working with a heavy chain, then a heavy pendant, then you have an inconsistency to the balance on the neckline. And what you don't want is working your hard and your socks off on a wonderful pendant, putting it on a lighter chain, and then it suddenly pinces in, so it looks imbalanced. This is the chain that's going to hold because it's got the weight to it, it's got the strength to it. It's your 24-inch and it's your Rolo chain. This is one of the most balanced and one of the most symmetrical chain links that there is. The Rolo chain, unlike the cable chain, is classically a round link formation, and within this, the rolls of these are standardly, they're more metal than they are wire. And if I explain that, you know, if we saw something like the Prince of Wales, the Prince of Wales looks more like wire wrapping, doesn't it? You see that? Can you see what I mean by it looks like it's been woven together? Whereas when you see the Rolo chain, it becomes almost pieces of metal. It becomes much more strength based. You know, that's why so many people work with the Rolo chain, because it is strength driven in terms of the style of the linking.
It almost looks, you know, if you're looking at the Prince of Wales chain, it looks like maybe you're using a 0.4 or a 0.6 wire, for instance. Whereas when you look at a Rolo chain, it's like you've used a 1 mil almost. It's got that depth to each of those links.
That's right.
And
standardly it's flat, you know. Standardly, so unlike something like the Prince of Wales where it would be a rounded wire, standardly on a Rolo chain it's flat wire, which then gives you much more of a wider surface area, which just gives a heavier visual. It creates a much more dramatic, and for most people who are wire working, you need that weight. You've got a chance there to really make a difference. All yours for the taking. Multi-purchase is the way to go on these kind of deals. $7.95 is all you pay. Whether you're going to buy 3, 5, it doesn't matter. One postage and packaging for the whole day. You can add as many times as you like on that single P&P. And I think the nicest part about this is that because you can multi-purchase and still have a 30-day money-back guarantee, you can go to the maximum quantity, and then if you buy 10 and you only need 7, well, send 3 back. If you buy 5 but you only use 3, then send 2 back, rather than the other way around, where you buy 1, you see the quality of that one at $7.95, you get back on the phones and you go, can I have another 5 of those? I'm really sorry, we're sold out live on the show. That's when you do, that's the horrible feeling. That's in the gut when you go that, oh, should have done that when I was buying it in the first place. So make the most of the multiple purchasing. You make the purpose of that post and packaging work to your benefit by adding as many times as you like and multi-purchasing. And that's another thing, you know, if you buy and then you only buy 1 and then you want to come back and buy another 2, then you have to pay another postage and packaging. You may as well get it in one foul swoop. Congratulations Patricia, Sheila, Janet, Susan. Congratulations to Pauline, to Kathleen, good to have your company, to our collectors in the Outer Hebrides and to our collectors joining us in Greater London and South Yorkshire, Newport and Dumfries and Galloway. I mean, this is genuinely one of the most impressive multi-purchase offers that we've done for you. More multi-buys than there are single buys by quite a serious amount. Huge congratulations. Such a solid 24-inch chain, giving you that drop design and all for $7.95. Seeing is believing, and if you haven't tried us before, this is a great way for us to show you how good we are. An amazing deal there for less than £8. Straight after the break, it's time for Halo, Halo, Halo.
You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you've found a workshop you would like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button, fill in the required fields, and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Buying from Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When we bring an item to you, all the graphics come on screen, and this gives you all the information that you will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So, when you see an item that you would like to buy, simply pick up the phone and dial our free phone number, and you'll get through to our UK-based call centre. Alternatively, you can join us at www.jewellerymaker.com and start your jewellery making journey today. Jewellery Maker, the one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to book towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Here at Jewellery Maker, we're always making improvements to give you a better shopping experience. We've recently upgraded our website to make it more user-friendly and easier to navigate around. We now have the guest checkout function, which allows customers to check out quickly without creating an account. Our homepage now informs you with what's currently live on the show, recently aired items, and today's deal of the day. We've improved our website navigation and added new categories to help customers quickly find the products they want. Our online range is growing fast with over 7,000 products available for you to purchase. And don't miss out on hundreds of brand new clearance lines with more added every week. Happy shopping with Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
This has got to be one of the nicest strands of aquamarine. This is what you classify as Santa Maria Afrique. This is probably defining the ultimate quality of aquamarine at present within the industry. Santa Maria, of course, for those of you who are traditionalists will go, well, Santa Maria is Brazilian, and you're 100% right. So Santa Maria is probably one of the most distinguished world-class qualities of aquamarine that there is, based on the balance of richness of blues, but a lightness to allow the light to move through. And so for a lot of people, Santa Maria is probably the most expensive, also one of the most sought after. It was used in the likes of the Dom Pedro, which you'll find in the ultimate museum called the Smithsonian in Washington. The Dom Pedro was a hand-carved aquamarine of the highest order. That's the quality of the Santa Maria blues that you're talking about. So we really are talking museum-worthy, you know, your Sotheby's, your Christie's, your Bonhams kind of world-class, your auction house-worthy gemstone of aquamarine. But when we talk about Santa Maria, we're talking about a gemstone that is really not coming from the ground in any kind of prolific amounts. In fact, I don't think it's coming at all from the grounds at the moment, from what I know. So Santa Maria is one thing, but Santa Maria Afrique, where you get the absolute qualities that you define from the Santa Maria location in Brazil, but this time we're heading into Africa. Standardly, we're talking about one of the finest world-class locations in Mozambique. We're talking about one of the most defining qualities that this location has ever brought to fruition. And you've got that quality in this world leader. And if you are looking for that true kudos to your aquamarine collection, this is the one to go for, because this sits within that same boundaries of luxury that you accept from Santa Maria, but this time you get it from this world-leading African deposit in Mozambique, and the results are outlandish. The results are infatuatingly beautiful. Waves of colour just crash through this gemstone, and that's where the name derives from, Aquamarine. It's all about those ocean blues, getting that flazes of crashing colours. And what I want to do is just rotate this strand, because I want you to almost have that imagery. And the reason it's called aquamarine is because it has that ocean quality. I want you to think about, you know, that when you see the rolling waves, and as the waves roll, you see different colours, but you also see that almost the whites of the waves coming and crashing over each other. That's what you get from this gemstone. It's been cut so well, and the quality is so defining. It's got that Santa Maria quality. It's like looking at an ocean scene. Ready? Watch this. Do you see what I mean by that crashing wave effect, where you just have that continual motion of the ocean? Literally, I'm going to move back now so you can continue to see and just fall in love with the luxury of this Santa Maria Afrique aquamarine, the ultimate quality of this. And I think the nicest thing about it is that, you know, we often say that the ocean is meant to be one of the most relaxing and soothing environments. Aquamarine has got to be one of the most soothing and enjoyable gemstones to be in ownership of. I know for a lot of us, there's nothing quite like aquamarine of this quality, and we don't see a lot of it. And when we do see it, we've got to embrace it and enjoy it while we have it. Massive congratulations if you've already confirmed on this. This is your very own Santa Maria Afrique quality of aquamarine. The price tag you should be paying is £57.95, but that's not the price of our birthday celebration deal. This is the best of the birthday in our Sunday Saver showcase, so we take you under £50 on this luxury defining gemstone strand. A one-off deal for this grade of stone. We are talking about museum worthy, auction house worthy. We're talking about the deliverance of the colour and the quality of the clarity, and then to cut it to the highest order just defines that crashing wave effect. And you know, think about this, you only need just maybe a half a dozen sitting together to really get that almost wave-like formation of light play. Perhaps you could play with this. Maybe you could almost give that replication within your design of that crashing waves of the light bouncing. Maybe it's going to be that you put it on a bar and you just have that rotation, so you have it almost as a rotating gemstone strand on the neckline, so you really get to see that movement of the Santa Maria qualities. And it really does have that Santa Maria Afrique formation of beauty, from the clarity to the colour. $49.95, should have been over £55. I mean, to be precise, we should have been at $57.95, but now we take you to our birthday price tag. We honour the birthday price tag. Of course, we don't have to do that, but we do it anyway. We honour the birthday deal at $49.95. Surely that's going to be one of the most defining strands of aquamarine that you've seen for a very long time from us. I think that's got to be a showcase of what we're capable of in terms of our buying power. That really is a showcase of why you come to us. Just think about it. Do you know anywhere else that does this quality at that kind of price tag? Me neither. That's why you don't want to miss out on these deals. We'll do it while we've got it available. Congratulations. Now, obviously, what we have is, what does this say? What are those cabs? They are gorgeous. This is going to be today's must-have. When are the cabs coming up, says someone else. I love it. The answer is they're coming up as today's must-have, 8 p.m, so less than an hour's time. And we'll be introducing these extraordinary... Now, the amazing thing is that we are guaranteeing, take a deep breath, 4,750 carats of gemstones in this Cabochon bundle. 4,000, that's the biggest carat weight I've ever done in one bundle. Fact. I mean, I know I've done maybe me 2,000s, and I maybe even touched on heading towards 3,000. I don't even know whether I have. I'm thinking 2,000s probably, but 4,750 carats in one bundle. That's a mega deal, and it's coming your way. Can I tell you, the price tag on this bundle is not just for the cabs, but you're going to get all the wire as well. One price tag. Do you know the price tag? I may as well tell you now. You don't want me to? Oh, come on. We were on the precipice of something exciting there. Becky went, don't you tell them. Don't you tell them. You don't want me to tell them that it's going under 50? Uh-oh. Under 40? $4,750 carats. Under 40 with proper change. Not the jingly change, crisp change. Oh, it's good. I feel good. This is happening at 8 o'clock. It's today's must-have for all of you messaging in. We've even had phone calls from the call centre with people going, when's the cabs coming? When's the cabs coming? Yes, this is the... And we've got less than 100, haven't we? Less than 100 in stock. So it's a double-figure quantity. Not going to be enough. And that's happening 8 o'clock. Now, obviously... the birthday week has been tremendous. We've had so much to celebrate. But this weekend, the Late Show, what we've tried to do is embrace that by condensing some of the big deals that you got and now giving you almost a second chance of the apple. We're giving you a relaunch event now on your Halo design. Now, Halo is our charm designs, and I mean essentially this is in keeping with some of the biggest charm giants. You know who I'm talking about. I don't need to say names, but you know what I'm talking about. This is very much in keeping with those very well-known chains. If you want a bracelet, now I know this because I was outside a very well-known charm bracelet shop not that long ago, and I was looking at the price tag, and the price of the bracelets, just the bracelets, not the charm, but just the bracelets, my jaw was on the floor. You could spend 3 figures without even a blink of an eye on just a chain.
It is, absolutely mind-blowing, the prices you can pay for just that plain bracelet. Then you've still got to set about creating that design.
No, then that's the thing is, that's 3 figures for just the bracelet before you even make it. See, me personally, I love these bracelets.
Oh, I love them.
love snake chain bracelets. Anything that's got this kind of detail works so well for me because I like simplicity, I like sleek, I like very stylized quality. And this is over 9 grams. I mean, if you want to be precise, it's 9.9. So you're closer to 10 than you are to 9, but just on the cusp of 10 grams of silver.
And I just love the fact that it's so sleek.
Me too. Now, here's my biggest question, right? My biggest question is, right, you know when you buy that chain from that very well-known charm shop, do they tell you how much silver you're getting?
No. I think,
right?
you'd
Just to be
lucky if you
clear,
could find out if anyone knew.
If you ask, even if you won't, because I know a very good friend of mine went in and asked at that very well-known shop, nearly said the shop there, that very well-known charm shop, and she asked how much silver is in the bracelet. Didn't know. They didn't know, right? So the person who was selling it didn't know, because the reality is, and I'll ask you to do this now, if you type in pretty much any jeweller's shop, right, they tell you the length of their bracelets, they tell you the design of the bracelets, they'll give you as much information, but the likelihood of them telling you how much silver you're getting, how much of the precious commodity that you're actually paying for, that's another subject altogether. And if you find it, it's hidden away on their website, so you have to click more information, and then it kind of is another sidebar that says more information again, and you have to go and you have to search for it. For us, this is really important because you're buying a precious commodity. You want to find how much you're getting, and we want to prove to you how good the value is by telling you all of the interesting information. And you know, often is the case, places hide the fact of the weight of their metalwork is because they don't want you to know, because they don't want you to work out the fact that perhaps they might be charging you too much. That's the thing. And I'm not saying that's just one shop, but that's pretty much across the board. If you go into any jeweller's shop, the traditional chains, the traditional bracelets, they don't tell you the amount of metal. Have you done it? Becky has just done exactly that. Exactly. Says sterling silver, says the length, and it doesn't say the weight. It doesn't give you... Do your own research. You'll see what I'm talking about. There is very few, and there are a few places out there that do it, but... This is very obvious. What we're offering you is 9.9 grams, nothing to hide, to tell you the quality of our snake chain. Now, do you know why a snake chain works as well as it does on the wrist? Ooh. Do you know that this is one of the most unique link formations? Now, I'm going to grab a pen and I'm going to show you the formation because it's one of the most interesting. And when you see how it works, so remember what we just had with the Rollo chain, and we had them linking together like this, didn't we? Yeah? Sorry about the rubbish drawing. But this is what we had, link on link. Actually, with a snake chain, you have crescents of silver. So what you actually get is a little platelet that looks like this. So actually, you get these little crests of sterling silver, just like this, a crest of silver. Each one of those silver links is then linked together to form another link on link. Sorry about my drawing. Link on link. So when you get a close-up of this, what you're actually seeing is multiple crescents of silver. Look, can I show you that now? If we get a real close-up, you'll see it straight away. Yes, my drawing's pretty poor, but you get an idea of what I'm talking about. Yeah, so the reason that it's so heavy, the reason that you've got 9.9 grams is because you've not got links, you've actually got huge crescents of silver connecting each one. And each one of those creates a tubular formation. And that tubular formation has to be strong enough to link each one of those crescents together. So that's the reason that you get so much silver. And that's why snake chains are so sleek, because there's this consistency, no gaps between the links, because the crescents almost sit and cushion against each other to give that fluid formation. That's why you've got 9.9 grams of luxury silver. Guess the price tag. How do you fancy? Under 30. please, please go and do your research. Please go to said charm shop, look at the price tag, right? You can spend 3 figures on a very lovely, right? I've done a bit of research on snake charm bracelets, and the lowest I could find was around about £55, and that wasn't with the information of how much silver they were actually giving. In fact, I don't even know whether it was actually silver. I don't know whether it was silver plated. I didn't check that actually, which is more fool me. But here you are at £29.95. I love the clasp on this as well, because the clasp becomes more of a defining stopper to the charms themselves. So instead of it being just a traditional, you know, lobster clasp or a bolt ring clasp, it's actually a box clasp. Can you see it there? So you have that simple clasp form, and what it does is it just almost cushions in and it holds the bracelet into place. So you've got this almost clam-like formation that opens and closes into the actual wristwear piece. Let me show you it like this so I can demonstrate it with a little bit more efficiency. So here's your open, oh, and by the way, stop a moment. Can you see what it says there? Let me twist it around. So it says 95, and then what else does it say?
Italy.
Made in Italy. This is a crafted piece made in Italy. What do you get in Italy? World-class cars, world-class leather, world-class design. I mean, Italy has got a reputation for world-leading manufacturing and design, and that's exactly what you've got, as well as good pizza. You've got it all, an amazing quality. So let's just go back to that Italian manufacturing. Let's go back to that quality. So you place your link into here like so, and it works like a clam. It just clamps down and locks in. Solid as a rock, and you want that solid because obviously you're going to be adding your charms in, and it works as a stopper. One of the nicest parts about a charm bracelet is that you have movement, but you also know that it's once it's in place, that's where it's going to stay, and that's why you have your larger clasp, so that you do have that security of the stopper form to really keep everything together. So a really dramatic look that you have here. 9.9 grams of silver for £29.95. It's really difficult, and one of the most vexing things, I guess, in some ways from our perspective, is that it's really hard to say go and do your price research when other places don't tell you the exact information that we do, that we are so open and transparent that we are very comfortable in going 9.9 grams because we know how good that sounds, we know how good that feels, and so we want you to translate that into what you want to wear. But actually for others, I guess they're much more, I guess, heavily laden against the branding of owning that certain quality, or without giving you the actual information that is relevant to the composition of what you're purchasing. It's a very different game. It's a very different pricing scenario that they're offering. Each to their own. It's not right or wrong. It's just each to their own, and you've just got to make your decision. Do you want to pay £100 plus for something that perhaps you don't even know how much metal you're getting, or do you want to get the luxury of Italian manufacture, 9.9 grams of silver, and you're paying under £30? We're very savvy, us jewellery makers. That's one of the lovely things about working here is that I was brought up with a nana who always taught me to get the best price on everything, even on the turnips. As you know, that's where I lived on Saturday afternoon in Stockton-on-Tees High Street. That's where we had the market that ran the whole length of the high street, and my nana always taught me how to get the best price on a turnip. That's where but I know that's how jewellery makers, that's how we work, isn't it? How do I get the best money? I want the quality, but I want the best value. And that's something that I think that as a business, we 100% thrive on. That's why I love presenting here, because it just works for me. It's all about getting that great quality, that great value for money. And how about now adding to that glorious snake charm bracelet? Don't forget that bracelet's still available. If stock's there, it's yours for the taking. 9.9 grams of silver on the bracelet for less than £30. That's going to be at the bottom of the screen. To add to your order here, you've got the chalcedony, the alpha chalcedony, and the white agate in your halo beads. Now the beads are designed specifically, as you can see here, to sit on the bracelet, so you can add that personal touch, you can add that luxury elegance of genuine gemstones. Now here's another thing, right? sitting on a very well-known aeroplane company, and opened a magazine to another very well-known brand, and they said, using genuine gemstones. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Love my gemstones, you know me. Using genuine gemstones. And then to the other side of the advertising, they had an amethyst charm, and then they had, oh no, was it turquoise? Yeah, I think it was turquoise charm, okay? And then when you read amethyst colour charm, turquoise colour charm, very clever. I mean, really clever, because actually in reality that's facts. They used genuine gemstones, and then they were using different examples. That's totally fair dues. That's nothing wrong with that. But in reality, if you want to work with genuine gemstones, or you want to wear genuine gemstones, then you come to us. We can give you a certificate of authenticity that guarantees it's the real deal, and you get all 3 charms for one price tag. Do you know that price tag? It's under. Okay. Computer says no. Okay. Can I tell you now, the price that you're going to pay is not the price that's going to come up on screen. We're going to go lower, but the computer refuses. Literally, computer says no to the price that we're... Right, forget what the computer says. If the screen comes up with a price tag, it's tough luck. You're actually going to pay even lower. Computer's trying to control us, but it's tough luck on this one. We're controlling this price tag. We're giving you the pink chalcedony, aqua chalcedony, and white agate halo beads. Those wonderful halos. I mean, almost donuts of colour, aren't they?
Yes.
Perfect for that pastel quality of your spring and summer collection.
Oh, definitely. But I love the fact that these are seamless. It's all gemstones.
Yeah.
There's no stopping that beautiful play of light running through them, which to my eye brings out even more of those beautiful soft colours that you've got there. So you've got nothing to stop that light travelling through, nothing to take the eye away from the beauty of the gemstone. And if you're going to use gemstones, that's what you want. You want the beauty of them to be totally uninterrupted.
Yeah, totally agree. And you've got the chance, you're getting all 3. You're not picking one out of the 3. All 3. Okay, we're speaking to the call centre right now. We've made that happen under £20, guaranteed under £20 on this deal. I'm just waiting for confirmation. We're speaking to the call centre right now to guarantee this price tag under 20. I know the computer's going to say something different on the graphics, but the price tag you're paying is £19.95. Now look, the reality is that it will come up right now on our graphics as $29.95, right? Our graphics are saying $29.95. When you check out, it will say $29.95. That's just a graphical problem. What we can guarantee is that the price you're actually paying is $19.95. So it'll go through as $29.95, but what comes off your card, what will absolutely guaranteed to come off your card, the only price that'll come off your card is $19.95. Sorry about the computer glitch there, but that's just one of those things. We should be holding at $29.95, but as you can see here, we're actually honouring the birthday prices. The price you should be paying is $29.95, but because we're kind of giving a nice condensing event at the birthday, $19.95. Now the reality is that is the birthday price. That was meant to be a launch price exclusive, and then it was meant to go back up to $29.95, less than £10 a charm. Again, price research on the price of genuine gemstone charms, £10 does not come into the mix. £20 and £30 often is your minimum price tag you're paying for genuine gemstones. And as I say, don't forget there's other places that might be offering your charms, but it might be amethyst colour or chalcedony colour or the look of synthetic replicas. We're giving you genuine gemstones, and we're giving you that luxury for under 20 for all 3 on this deal. If you would like to add that, I'll just show you how easy it is to add them to your actual bracelet. Don't forget the bracelet, $29.95 available on that snake chain. And it's just as simple as adding in like so, just like so, and then hold that there, lock it in, and then click. Simple click, and it's all in place and you're good to go again. And that's the nice thing about this is that you could really do this as a personal, maybe just wear the pink for daytime, maybe add the 3 for an evening event. You've got the flexibility. We do have more of the different styles of these wonderful halos, so if you do want to get the halo editions, we have those coming up as an add it to your order. $19.95 is all you pay for all 3. Nice thing is though with these is that it's almost a version of jewellery making in a little bit of an easy style, isn't it?
It is, but you've got the flexibility, as with all things when we make jewellery, to choose.
Yes.
Do you wear all 3? Do you buy 2 sets of these and wear 2 pink ones, or the 2 white ones, or do you buy some different colours and mix and match them together?
Yeah.
You have that freedom and creativity.
Yeah.
Just in a very simple, easy way with
I agree.
this, and I love that.
I also think that, you know, you're only set by your own boundaries of these kind of pieces. Just because they've been placed like this, what about doing something different? You know, what about maybe adding a bit of detail to the charms themselves? Make it personal, perhaps wire wrap some, add some detail. You can add whatever you want. You know, it's your jewellery, you can make the choice of how you want to wear it, can't you?
I mean, we've had some charms that will fit over this, or even some larger jump rings, just to put in between the halo beads, just to give you that movement, that noise, that different style. I mean, we've got some lovely twisted jump rings and things like that you could use very easily, that would fit over that chain and go between those beads beautifully, just to change the design.
Okay, next up, Labradorite, quartz. Click. Oh, I like this one. Oh, is this moonstone? Oh, it looks like moonstone. It's moonstone. Oh, see, this is starting to get exciting. Oh, I love that you can build up it and make something really personal. Right, so that was $19.95 for those 3. Can we match the price tag? Are we allowed? We're not supposed to, but we're going to match the price again. $19.95, your Labradorite, rainbow moonstone and clear quartz halo beads that sit beautifully on this snake sterling silver bracelet. 9.9 grams of silver for $29.95 within the bracelet itself. If you want to add to your order, so essentially for under £50, you've got 3 charms and 1 luxury bracelet that you can keep on adding and styling to. You've got your own personal edition. If you want to make that, you know, less than £100, you could then build up upon this and make it a 6 charm combination. Love the Labradorite. That's a really gorgeous, and I really rather like the moonstone as well. The moment you see those together, you get that real genuine quality of subtle nature's treasures of light aesthetics. You know, you've got the light phenomena of the labradorescence, the light phenomena of the schiller on the moonstone, and all together. Let's pop this quickly on the wrist. And again, I love the fact that it really is as simple as 1 clasp, 1 click, and it's on. I mean, it couldn't be any more simple than that, could it? And I like the weight of this. Not too heavy for it to be overbearing, but actually wearable in terms of feeling quality driven. You know, 9.9 grams of silver is weighty, isn't it? It's got that strength about it. 9.9 grams of silver, if you were thinking about translating that into a chain, maybe you'd get 5 or 6 chains from 9 grams of silver. So, you know, this is a heavy look, really, in reality of the amount of silver that we're offering you. Labradorite, I'll show you those separately just so I know that there's no confusion. Labradorite with the clear quartz, with the moonstone, and all together for under £20. Free phone number that you're dialing there at the bottom of the screen. Join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Everybody has the opportunity to maximise on these deals in a single postage and packing. So of course, if you paid for the bracelet, this is now an add it to your order. You may as well get all of them together and see how nicely they work. Really like the movement, of this combination. That's not where it ends though. We have one more treat to be able to introduce to you. 1, ready for an evening out. 2, 3, and all in your black onyx. Evening out, Absolutely. But what I like about this is that I've just put them all three together. Now that's what you're purchasing now, all three of the black onyx together. So they look really stylish, especially against that lustrous quality of the silver. For me, black with silver is such a stylish combination for day to evening wear. I always think that black holds its own to the day, but then into evening it just becomes even more stylish, doesn't it?
It does, and I think it's got that lovely smooth lustrous surface on this. No matter what light you happen to be in, that surface is going to catch that light. So it would be candlelight, whether it be sort of dimly lit restaurant, they're still going to catch the light beautifully for you and give you that real impact. And that sterling silver is going to give you that shine back as well.
Agreed. If you would like to pick up the phone, now is the time to do so. It's a free phone number. Add it to your order. Of course, you could join us at JewelleryMaker.com if you prefer. Everybody gets the same chance to add as many as you like. So if you do want multiples of this, then go for it. $19.95 for the 3 black onyx. I'm going to work these alongside some of the other pieces that we've had so far. What about keeping the black and then adding in the Labradorite? And this is the thing, is that when you've got just a few charms to play with, you can just change the aesthetic for different looks. Perhaps that's going to be a nice meeting friends for a drink, and then you think, oh, actually, summer's day, going to the park with some friends, and you want to maybe play with a little bit of the lighter colours. Then you put those together, and you perhaps have all of the different quartzes and all of these playing together, just the lighter stones, and you just play these together like that. And again, it just transforms, doesn't it? Just such an easy way. And especially if you're heading on holiday where you just want one wristwear look but with lots of different styles, then this is ideal, isn't it? Because you can literally, on every evening, that you're going out, you think to yourself, what am I going to be wearing? What combination do I want to play with? I might go actually with the black and white formation, and I might just play with this look for a little bit of an evening style. What about having that as an evening look, just something a little bit stylish with the black and white play? You could really mix and match, and that's why, getting more of these charms, you're going to get more potential of creating visually different looks. And that's the whole point of jewellery making for me, is achieving the individuality to jewellery, and you could do that on your own behalf. $19.95, so that works out. You got $29.95 for your 9.9 grams of silver in the snake chain, so that's £30, give or take 5p. Then we've gone £20 for each set of 3. You've had 3 sets, 3, 6, 9. So hang on a minute. So you've got 9 charms and 20, 14, 16. Less than £100. So everything, I'm going to have to show you everything. I'm going to show you it all of this, less than £100, and I think less than 100 by not just a 5 pence either, is it? Am I right thinking it's 89, something like that, around that price tag? Amazing, really, if you think about. I'm going to show you them all together so you can see how well they work, just to see how they each offer a bit of a distinction to the look that you want to achieve. Don't forget, everything that we're showing you here, less than £100 for it all in. Look. All of this for less than £100. Isn't that gorgeous? Amazing deal. For me, the start of having a bracelet of 9.9 grams of silver for $29.95, that always was going to be a triumph. That was always going to be the way to start a collection, and then to make it even more affordable by giving 3, not 1 for under 20, but 3 charms for under 20. That's when you really get a sense of how good we are. Massive congratulations if you have achieved the luxury of this look. Really working well, very stylish. Big opportunities to maximise on that postage and packaging with this combination, but that's not where we're stopping, because of course it's time for us to add to our orders with the wonderful kit. And this kit, it's pretty full. This first kit is, I'd say the word rammed with goodies. It is absolutely heaving with jewellery making potential. And of course, that's what we're always looking for, isn't it? We're looking for that jewellery maker potential. Every time I walk past, I always get my microphone caught on the back of the set. We have got here a kit that is, well, let's say the word abundant.
Shall I move this
yes,
over?
please. This kit offers you a mega opportunity for designing. So what we're going to do is we're going to offer you 2 separate bundles, and I think it's worth starting with the gemstones, and then we'll go on to everything else, and the everything else is pretty serious. But this is where we begin, and obviously we've taken you around the world within our weekend with lots and lots of exciting, unique global inspiration. This is most definitely sitting you right slap bang into the USA, and we're talking about red, white and blue, but of course with the stars as well, which is rather nice. Lapis lazuli with this shape of star looks fab. I think it just rocks. It just works so well, doesn't it?
It does, because you know, you look at a lapis and you see the night sky with the stars.
Yeah.
So to have a star shape in that is just perfect.
I don't think I've ever seen us do this shape, or if I have, it's been a very long time since I saw it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of your lapis lazuli stars that you have. Hand carved, of course, don't forget, with our genuine gemstones, hand carved guaranteed. And then on top of that, we're adding in, and we're going with that red, white and blue theme. How about we go red, white and blue pearls? I know, it's pretty cool, isn't it? It's really rather cool to see that combination, especially when it's, you know, when you say red pearls, you go, oh, really? But it's that richness of red. It's not too abrasive. It's not too pigeon blood-esque, which is not a pretty way to describe it, but that's a gem term for bright red. You don't have that. You have much of the more deeper, more richer qualities, don't you?
You have. You've definitely got a richness to this, which is just beautiful to work with, and you can see how subtle and sort of not too sort of garish or bright, you know, that red is. It's there, but it's very much a gentle, beautiful, easy wearable red.
I agree. So you've got a combination of your 3 lots of pearls, and on top of that you have your shell pearl in these. They're almost fans, teardrops, fans of beautiful shell pearl here. And your top drill shell pearls, these are 14 by 10 in size, so really great size for leaf sizes, or for butterflies' wings, or if you wanted to create, you know, angels' wings, etc. A perfect size for that.
They are, definitely. And they're so workable, and you get so many on this strand. So you don't have to think, oh, I'd love to do this design, but I've got to hold back some because I may not have enough to be able to do the design. You've got plenty.
Yeah, and there's lots going on here, lots of potential, lots of jewellery making opportunity, all for $29.95. And when you start to think about, you know, mixing and playing with colours, you don't normally think about mixing colours of pearls with red and blue, do you? You know, mixing colours is, you know, certainly not in the reference of normally with pearls. So it works so nicely to see that differential happening with pearls, not just with your other traditional gemstones. So you really have got something rather unique with this combination. That's your pearl and your lapis lazuli and shell pearl combination of luxury red, white and blue, and of course perfect if you're heading towards, of course, this next coming weekend as we celebrate the royal wedding of the year. So if you do want to encapsulate that royal wedding red, white and blue effect, you'll get this with plenty of time to be able to make your jewellery before next Saturday. So make your order now, and we'll certainly do our best and endeavour to get it to you post haste for you to be able to make your jewellery ready for a week on Saturday. Take that, but that's not where we stop, because we're giving you the gemstones, but we're also giving you an epic amount of additional opportunities to jewellery make, and that includes some glorious findings. Now, these are some of my favourite findings.
I know. I was very spoilt when I got these.
I love these. They make such a difference to your jewellery making. Now, anybody who knows me, I like to jewellery make, but I like very simple jewellery making. I've never, you know, in the 8 or so years that I've presented, I've never really felt the need to go beyond my just easiness of simple stars and simple jewellery. But these help to transform my most simple of designs into really show-stoppingly good-looking jewellery.
Just one in a design can change it from that's a really nice design, to wow, that's a show-stopping design. Just one of these.
It's amazing, and, you know, especially if you've got the likes of you know, those wish bracelets and things like that, where all you need, this is it, is a little bit of satin cord. One of those on a bit of satin cord just sat on the wrist is so very much on trend these days, and it would cost you pennies, but actually creates a really strong aesthetic look for present day style. And you might actually want to play with that with the red, white and blue for this coming next weekend, because you're getting 3 lots of satin. You're getting your satin cord in your navy blue, your satin cord, and these are 10-meter reels that you're getting here, 1mm gauge of your reds, and also a further satin cord 10-meter reel, and that's in your white. I'll just show you the red so you can see that it is a lovely bright red that you're getting on this one. So really going for that little bit more vibrancy, different to the pearls. The pearls are a little bit richer. This is definitely bright red, isn't it? No halls barred. We're not stopping there though. This is a heck of a bundle. I rather like this bundle because it goes on and on and on. And you're also going to get a wee tube of spacer beads, and these are, for me, I call them spacer beads because I think within the design values of what we have with the gemstones, etc., you would use these as almost stoppers against other designs, wouldn't you?
That's it. So you can either use these as passing points if you find that, you know, you're using a medium that won't pass back through sort of 2 or 3 times through the pearls, for instance. You can use them as passing pointers to create different designs, so they give you even more creativity. But also they are that nice gentle way of separating those colours as well. So if you don't want all the colours right next to each other, pop a couple of these in between, gives you that separation.
Yeah, and you're getting here galvanised finish, so just that added detail. I know, speaking to a few of our professional seed beaders, they add the word galvanised and you know you're adding that longevity to your seed beads.
Oh, definitely.
Really got that quality 8mm. Top it off, we've not even stopped there with this bundle. You're getting your star bead spacers. These are lush, finished off with your cubic zirconia. 3 of these. Again, go back to the idea of just using a single satin cord and add one of those and you get yourself a gorgeous piece of jewellery like that. Top it off, not even stopping there. You're also going to get your kumihimo cord endings as well. And these cord endings, the little bells that they are of the cord endings, is where you can finish, whether you're using satin cords, whether you're putting threads, we were talking earlier on, chains, putting in there. This all closes off to give you that professional finish when you're finished with perhaps your kumihimo, which is your braiding, whether that's perhaps doing with the likes of Macrame that we're going to see. All of this just finishes off the design with professional status, and they come in different sizes. These are, I believe, are the 3mm size. Am I right in saying that on these? Kumihimo accessories, 3mm. So you get 3 of your 3mm, plus you've also got your actual bails that wrap around the cord. So if you're doing a very simple satin cord, maybe in Macrame or in kumihimo, this is the bail that can sit through that threading cord, so then you can add your pendant to the drop. So that is part of the kumihimo kit as well. All of this, I mean, that's gone on forever. I'm sorry, I tried to do it quickly as possible. I found that very difficult because there's so much going on.
There is a lot.
Lots going on there for just 27. That's a great price for a bundle like that. This is the kind of bundle that will just give you so much jewellery potential. It's really going to give, because you've got your spacers, you've got your endings, you've got your stars, you've got your cords, you've got everything.
I know, whether you want to do something very simple with the cords or whether you want to be more intricate, like I've done the crochet neckline in the white, and actually really went to town and used the whole 10 meters to make that neckline piece. But you've got so much in there, you don't have to worry that you're going to run out because you've got so much there.
Exactly. So what are you going to show us?
Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do the neckline of the flower bib style. So it's a really nice macrame technique, and we're going to learn to do that spiral technique that you can just see there. And so we're going to to do that, which is a really easy macrame technique. This is a great one to teach the children to do. They can do this very easily because it's 1 knot repeated will create this spiral sort of technique. So I've just created a little bit of wire work just to start.
Yeah.
This would be the bib style neckline piece. So I've just created a little bit of wire work just to show you. And you'd have a loop at either end of that bib style neckline piece to loop your thread onto. So you do need quite a lot of thread. You need probably
2 meters?
a double arm's length at least, 2 meters for each side, because it does eat the cord quite quickly when you're tying all these knots, because they're tying round each other. So you've got a circumference to go around every time you tie the knots. That's going to take a little bit more of your thread.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut this piece of thread that I've got, so it's probably about 2 meters in length, in half. So it's going to give me 2 1 meter pieces. And what I'm going to do is take those through the loop to be able to start that.
Yeah.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep one side a bit shorter. So if I put that up so you can see. So I'm going to keep these ones a little bit shorter, because we're going to knot around those. So these only need to be as long as the length we need to knot onto. Okay. So if we're making half a neckline, and we've got the bib style in the way, it probably is only about 4.5 inches in length.
Okay.
Because the bib style piece will take up 8 inches, and then you're going to have 9 inches of braid. So it's going to give you a 17, 18 inch neckline piece, which is perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so I'm going to leave those shorter, and I'm just going to hold on to those. I'm going to bring this so you can see. I'm going to move my scissors out of the way, and I'm going to move everything out of the way, because thread likes to get tangled around everything.
Anything.
So clear workspace when doing anything with threads really does help.
Yeah.
So the knot is to create a loop over the first piece of cord, the shorter pieces of cord, and then bring that underneath and through.
Okay.
And you pull that up like that, and that's our first knot, and that's the hardest one to do, because you've got all the cords moving. There's no place that anything is holding onto. Now this is a bit of a different macrame knot than most. Normally we would keep our lazy strands, or the strands we're going to work around, attached to our board.
Yeah, static.
But actually it's easier if you hold them in your hand, because then that gives you that place to put these cords. So you're going to literally form a loop over the top, and then put your finger through and pull those cords through, and that gives you that working space. So that's my second knot. So I'm going to do that again, over the top and back through, and there's my third knot. So you can see that these are starting to spiral. Can you see that this cord's lifting?
Yeah, I can.
So I'm going to do one more, and each time you just pull that up. Now when you get to a point where that cord's lifting, if you take it over the top and bring it back under to start knotting, we're actually going to emphasize that twist. So I do a few more so you can see how I'm doing these. So it's a loop over the top, bring that through that hole, and pull that tight. And you can see I'm pulling with this, I'm holding this one sort of straight down and using my finger to pull that cord up. And actually if you pull it up, you get a nice tight knot here, because we're working with 2 cords. That gives us a nice tight knot. So again, I'm just going to do this a little bit further up the desk, slow motion. So I'm bringing that cord sort of over the top of the one I'm holding, and then I can take my finger through that loop and pull back through. And you'll get a little bit sort of quicker, or you can post it through like that.
Yeah.
Whichever's easiest for you. I find it's normally easier if I post the cords through. And you just keep going. It's as simple as
And it
this.
automatically twists for you, really?
It twists because it has nowhere else to go. Those knots, the inside is smaller than the outside, so the outside sort of almost stack like a spiral staircase, because there's nowhere else for them to go. They have to sit on top of each other, and the only way that they can sit like that is to stack.
Yeah.
So again, my cord's now lifting. This is the time that I need to know that I can take that over the top of the lazy strand and back round. If you just give that a little pull, can you see that almost over-exaggerates that spiral? And when you get, now you can see that cord's sitting flat again now. And that's just that little note to yourself to turn that cord over, and you just take it over the top and underneath again, and that's going to get you to where you need to be. So you've got to carry on doing that simple, straightforward knot until you get to the end where you want to finish. And this is, I'm just going to do a very quick little sort of recap on how to use these end caps, because we get them in all sorts of kits, but we don't always use them with macrame. We often use them with our kumihimo. But it's great to have these smaller gauge ones, because your 4 cords will go into these beautifully.
Yeah.
So all I do when I get to the point where I'm finished is I use a little scrap of 0.4 wire. It could be 0.6 if that's what you've got, it doesn't matter. And the only reason I'm using this is going to allow me to bind and cinch these cords into one and stop them from coming untangled. And you can remove this at the end if you want. So I'm just going to wrap that wire around, and I'm pulling quite tight because I'm cinching these in. So now it doesn't need many wraps. I can then cut these cords off now because I know they can't spring away.
Yeah.
And I would cut them probably 2 millimeters from the wire. And if you want, you can take a candle and you can actually fuse these together. So you have the 4 cords will actually cinch together. And then all you're going to do is use your jewellery making glue. You'll have 2 millimeters of cord there, pop that into the end cap, leave it overnight to set, always the safest bet. I always make all my pieces of jewellery and glue them last thing at night, and then first thing in the morning they're ready to wear.
Brilliant.
And that's as simple as that braid technique is, but it's so textural and so structural, but so easy.
Yeah, amazing. And actually the nice thing is you're seeing it in the satin, but you can imagine all the different types of cords and threads and even wires that we have. You can almost imagine that working in so many different variants. And if you changed, you were using 2 of the same colour, but you could just play with that with different colours of cords, different threads, different finishes, couldn't you?
You could, very easily. And because you have those 2 sort of cords sitting next to each other, if you're using white and black, for instance, you end up with this sort of beautiful, almost zebra print.
Yes.
It's amazing. Or if you were to use the navy and the white together, again, that would give you that sort of different contemporary feel to that sort of zebra print.
Yeah.
Or use all 3 together and really go for that, you know, that sort of patriotic look.
Yeah, absolutely. Fabulous. Love that. £27.95 is all you pay for everything that you can see within this satin cord. We've got threads, we've also got the spacers, we've got your cords, plus you've also got your stars and you've got your spacer beads, all that together for £27.95. So that's under £30. And of course, don't forget, if you've already bought from us today, from 8 o'clock this morning, we were live. But if you joined us at any point and you've already added to your order, then you can continue to add to your order with us and not pay any more. So £2.95 is our standard postage and packing. You can add 20 times, twice, 30 times, doesn't matter, 1p. So max out on that opportunity, and anything that isn't right, you know, you send it back, but at least you know you've got the option of seeing. And I always think that sometimes, you know, breaking down in, you know, the freedom of time, 30 days is a long time, but breaking down, okay, that should have cost me this should have cost me that, that's already £27.95 justified. Now the rest is just that I'm getting, I guess, for free. So that's what we're offering you here for £27.95. Make the most of that opportunity while you have it. The free phone number at the bottom of the screen, or of course join us at JewelleryMaker.com. And you made so many different pieces of jewellery from this kit. That's the nice thing about it, is this, and every one is different. You know, add in the gemstones, and we made what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, you're looking at 7 pieces of jewellery, but every single piece is different.
That's it. That's a great thing when you get sort of what I sort of think is sort of almost a mixed media type almost kit, because you've got your braiding techniques in there, you've got your seed beads in there, you've got your genuine gemstones in there, so you've got everything, and when you mix and match it together, you can't help but make such dynamically different pieces of jewellery.
No. And I think that's the thing about a kit, isn't it? A kit almost frees you up from your already, you know, your natural habits of designing within specific boundaries. It almost breaks through because you're working with something different.
That's it. But it kind of focuses you as well, because you've got the components. So you think, right, I'm going to work all these components together. And I'm very focused in that. So, but in a different way, because you've got those different mediums that you can work with here.
Exactly. If you do want to join us today, well, make the most of these deals. We've got an amazing kit coming up later. I just need to show you it as well. If you're looking for a little bit of something different for your jewellery making, how do you fancy making something like this? For the evening from 9 o'clock, we'll be launching our second kit, and it looks like this. Ooh, it's a good one, isn't it? This is coming your way. Lace, black lace like that. Just looks so elegant, doesn't it? Right, straight on we go. Where shall we go? What should we... Oh, take a look. at what we're offering you now. We have got for you your very own Baroque pearls. Do you know, Baroque pearls are pretty much heading towards being one of the most expensive pearls to get these days. Never used to be.
No.
Used to be the exact opposite in some ways. People used to think that they were easy to come by. But actually, to try and get this quality, almost impossible, and yet we make it achievable. Side drill design for one price tag. That price tag is 5 Baroque pearls for 5. Just so you know, that is not a standard price tag for Baroque pearls these days. That's not going to be your average price elsewhere for this. I mean, and of course, you see, $5.95 for what? How many bracelets? Well, minimum of 2 bracelets, probably 2 bracelets and a couple of pairs of earrings you could make from that one strand. $5.95, that's £6 for genuine freshwater pearls. That's the luxury of freshwater pearls, of course, for $5.95. And if you do want to join us, it is genuinely the chance to really work with the real deal. If you want a certificate of authenticity, we can offer you that as well. We give you that for 25 pence, a certificate of authenticity with everything that you purchase from us in terms of our genuine gemstones. If you want to have that proof, especially if you're buying from us for the first time and you want to work with genuine gemstones, maybe you're already a jewellery maker, but you're finding us for the first time as a retailer of genuine gemstones, and you would like to try us out, but with the freedom of that security of knowing that what we say is actually what we do. Because I always think that that's the biggest step, isn't it? Is making that decision. I'm going to give this company a go. Well, we can offer you for just 25 pence that certificate of authenticity guarantee that what we say it is what you're getting. I have to say, pearls is our big thing. We know how good we are at pearls, and you'll find out if you want to give us a chance. Free phone number at the bottom of the screen, £5.95. More to come straight after the break. We're going fast, we're going furious.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you have previously ordered by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from JewelleryMaker. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
JewelleryMaker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. So visit our website for more information. JewelleryMaker. Create, wear, share.
You can watch our Jewellery Maker show every day on our website by clicking the Watch and Buy Online link in the top right hand corner of our homepage. Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend $4.95 with us, you'll get a free welcome pack which contains everything you need to get started, including step-by-step project cards and a DVD which will give you the chance to be able to create an arrangement of different items of jewellery. You'll also get a manual which will help to familiarise you with all the items you're going to be creating and all the tools you're going to need to do so. Plus you'll also get a free pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier, so why not give it a go today?
Getting started with Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. When you spend with us £4.95, you will get a free welcome pack. That welcome pack will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. From a manual, which will help you to familiarise yourself with all of the items that you're going to be creating and all of the products that you need, including tools and findings and threads. You'll also get a DVD and step-by-step project cards. These cards and the DVD will give you the chance to be able to create a wonderful arrangement of different items of jewellery. Plus, you'll also get a free 3-pack of tools. These will be everything you need to get started. So, getting started with the Jewellery Maker couldn't be easier. So why not give it a go today? Jewellery Maker, your one-stop shop for all your jewellery making needs.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our 30-day money-back guarantee.
It's time. It is time. We have had a lot of messages about this bundle. This is mega, epic, extraordinary, exciting, brilliant. It's all of those and more. It's 4,000 carats. Now, normally, when you say 4,000, normally, because normally I say 4,000 carats, so often don't. I don't. I mean, just to be clear, I don't say 4,000 carats of anything on a regular occasion. But I think genuinely, in the whole time I've worked here, this might be the first time we've ever surpassed 4,000 of any carat weight of gemstones. Would you agree?
I can't remember seeing this many cabochons in a bundle for a start for
forever.
Yeah.
Even when we've done like the mega cabochon deals,
Yeah.
we've never gone this mega, have we?
No, and the carat weight, I mean, some of those cabochons are amazing.
And that's the interesting thing is 4,750 carats, but of that, some of them are smaller, some of them are larger, some of them are gargantuan, some of them are incredibly interesting shapes. I love the fact that by getting that big quantity in carat weight, you're then getting that incredible arrangement of shapes and sizes. It's a myriad of opportunity, and I know a lot of you have messaged in, and I think probably for most of us, you know, just seeing that potential in front of us, it's so exciting, so exciting. I need to show you one at least. I'm going to show you just one, and we don't really need even a close-up, because have you ever seen a cabochon of this size before?
No.
Because essentially, that's not an average size to a cabochon now, is it? But that gives you some kind of indication of what 4,750 carats of gemstones can be, because 4,750 carats can be something drastic. I mean, that probably, in all honesty, that's potentially what 200 or 300 carats on its own. You know, there's that impact. That's just one. And you see the sliding scale of size, you know, we could perhaps go to something like this or to like this. Yeah, we see these, but we sell them as singles. We sell them individually, don't we? Normally, this look would be buy this one and maybe you're going to what, $5.95, $10.95, that kind of price bracket, you know, give or take. That for one, that's not for all, but for one, that's what you'd be paying. And if you continue around, I mean, the shapes of these, love the fact that you're getting individual shaping. Look at what that can be on the neckline. Just think of that maybe on the wrist, but it's awesome. Totally awesome. I love the fact you've got pear shapes. I love the fact that you've got rhombuses. You've got, you know, just totally unique formations. Ovals, of course. You've got crescents. You've got squares, princess squares, all in this mega bundle. And because it is such a huge carat weight, it is a mega bundle combat occasion. Right, the phone lines are really busy, really seriously busy this evening. You'll have to be patient with us. We'll process your call as fast as we possibly can. Stay on the lines. If you're holding on the lines, we know you're there. Congratulations to every web buyer's already confirmed. That's collectors joining us in Northumberland, to Norfolk, to London, to Midlands, to Kent, Bristol, Washington. I've got Somerset, Cornwall, Lincolnshire, Greater London again, Derbyshire. Everybody who's already confirmed. Don't forget, everybody will pay the same price tag. So if you don't want to miss out, pick up the phone early to guarantee. Look at this for like a sunrise, sunset of a cabochon. I mean, imagine you could really play with this. Imagine this against citrine. So you wanted to play play with the citrine and just get that summer vibe to your jewellery collection, that would be that vibe. Reminds me of almost like a fruit pop. You know, it's got that real fruity, zesty quality about it. That's just one that's going to inspire. Just look at how many there are and think of how much inspiration you're going to get from this bundle. In fact, shall I do a little bit of, I'm going to do a very quick tally. Forgive me that it's going to be a bit tedious to listen to me count, but I want to get some indication of the quantity of cabochons that you're going to get. And obviously this is average. Every single bundle will be different. You know, I'm not going to guarantee everybody's going to get a piece of that size, but I will say that there's the variety there for you to get pretty much anything and everything you could possibly want in shape and size within one bundle, because it's 4,750 carats guaranteed at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. You've got over 50 cabochons here. Over 50. Now that's just, let's call that the average. Some will get less, some will get more, some will get, I mean, the thing is that probably, that one big one, that probably for most of us would be 5 or 6 cabochons. So you could get up to 60 potentially. You know, that's how exciting this is. And if you started to think about it, you know, over 50 of these cabochons, and if you set them into classic pieces of jewellery and sold each one of them for what, average £10 each, which I think is justifiable. Look at that, you know, possibility there. I mean, that's worthy of a £10 deal, isn't it? You know, or even the smaller ones, I'd say, would you justify that? Yep, £10 deal on the hand. Yeah, of course you would. That's over £500 potentially. That's amazing.
It is. I mean, you know, I've been doing some charity work recently.
Yes.
This for me is amazing because I can make lots of pieces of jewellery.
Yeah.
And people know they're getting a great deal. They can see the quality in the piece of jewellery they're going to be getting because the cabochons are amazing. But you've got the potential, if you do things like charity work where you sell your jewellery, to actually make money very, very easily with these. It could be very simple wire wrapping that takes you a few minutes to do. Will still give you a striking piece of jewellery and really saleable.
So, if I said that that's not all you're getting...
Oh my goodness.
That's not all you're getting. Don't even look at that. Don't even look at that. That's not all you're getting in this mega deal. You're going to get all the wire as well. So if it's going back to the idea of that charity,
yes,
you're getting the wire as well. 30 meters of champagne wire as well. This is one of the biggest birthday mega deals. Of course, we're getting the last of available stock. We had a double figure quantity. We needed over 100 by just the requests that we had. This is going to be a huge opportunity. 10 meters of 1mm gauge, 10 meters of your 0.8mm gauge, 10 meters of your 0.4, all in your champagne gold coloured silver plated round wire. And all of this, everybody who's already purchased, that's not the price you're going to pay, because everybody pays the final price, and that is $27.95. That genuinely is a today's must-have. You don't buy now, then I think you're going to miss out altogether. Reaction-wise, I can pretty much guarantee this could be a very strong sell-out deal tonight. This is a huge opportunity to really deliver. And then, you know, going back to that idea of multi-designing within, obviously, the opportunity of having the 1mm gauge, that's your structural wire. The 0.8 and the 0.4 becomes the bindings and the holdings. You could do all of that together. You could make multiple pieces of jewellery. One of them could command a $27.95 price tag. The rest that you make, the rest of what you make from over 50 cabochons could be profit. Could be just free gifts to other people. Could be for charity, as you say. And there are so many people who ask for, I don't know about you, but I've got this lovely piece of jewellery. Could you make me one for the charity, for my raffle? Can you get me this? And, you know, I always want to say yes, but you know, the reality is there has to be some points where you go, oh, can I do that? And now with this opportunity, yes, I can.
I mean,
Wow, half the stock's gone already. That's even before we proper pull in the price tag, because that I have to say half the stock was pretty much allocated at the higher price of over 30. Now we're at 27.95, flooding out. Absolutely huge deal opportunity. Don't miss out on this one though. Please do know that once this is gone, we are not going to honour this price tag. This is a birthday price point. This should have been at the higher price tag. We've been a little bit mischievous by supporting and honouring the birthday deal. Now obviously we don't have to do that. I'm sure you'll appreciate that this is a live show where the pricing can change at any point. We have every option to perhaps, you know, have put this at the £30 plus and still have gone, well, you know, the £27.95, that was the birthday, but now this is no. This is when we honour the birthday. And we honour it in style. Final chance for you to get hold of these deals now. Jack's just got in touch. She says, I just got this pack. The biggest individual stone was 52.5 grams. That's 262.5 carats. Was it like that, Jack? Was it like that? Was it that kind of size? Is that about 250 carats? Because I said between 200 and 300 carats, and that was just me guessing. That was literally me just thinking, oh, that's brilliant. Michelle says, I have these. I got 47 in mine. Quite a few are really good sized. The biggest is 6 centimetre drop shape. 6 centimetres. What's 6 centimetres? Hang on a minute. 6 centimetres is 6 centimetres. Yeah, that's just shy of that big one there, so that's just around that size. Whoa! Another message, received this, I was very impressed. I received 53 cabs, still at a loss of what to do. And that's JB. See, this is what I mean when we work on the average, because when we're guaranteeing carat weight, you've got somebody who got 48, you've got somebody who got 53. I mean, we are talking, the average is around 50, isn't it? The average is 50 cabochons for 4,750 carats. The average is around about 50 cabochons, but that's a give or take depending on the size of the cabs that you get. We guarantee the carat weight, not the quantity, but I think I can guarantee that you're going to get a heck of a lot. And all for just £27.95 plus your 30 carats of wire. Don't forget, 30 metres of wire. Did I say 30 carats of wire? That's because I'm still trying to kind of substantiate the whole 4,750 carats of gemstones. Don't think I've ever said that. I presented gemstones and jewellery for around about 13, actually over 13 years now. I've worked in the industry for what, 14, 15. I'm fair to say that that's the first time I've ever said, come and purchase 4,750 carats for £27.95. It's incredible. It's going to be another wipeout deal. Congratulations to Anne, to Carol, to Dawn, who's joined me in Kent. I've got Isabel in Lancashire, Ellen's in Belfast, Colin's joined us in Cumbria. Congratulations to Buys in Lincolnshire, to County Durham and to Gloucestershire. I've got Devon in the West Midlands, Derbyshire. Everybody pays the final price tag. We could have held over 30. We didn't have to honour the birthday deal. But you know what? We'll honour it. £27.95 is all you pay. A real treat and a half. Free phone number at the bottom of the screen that you can dial, or alternatively join us at JewelleryMaker.com. And again, you know, we've got to remind ourselves, this comes in it must come in quite a bundle. It's a weighty bundle.
It is.
You know, if you start to think about Jack's message about what one of these cabochons weighed, so it's going to be a hefty bundle, still postage and packing of £2.95.
You've got the weight of the cabochons, then you've got the weight of the wire as well. And I'm just been sort of totting up in my head, forget the wire. If you were to get 56 cabochons, which is a possibility.
That's what someone was, yes, yeah.
50 pence each.
Without the wire?
Without, that wire comes as free in that connotation, if you like. I haven't included the price of the wire in that division of the price. For me, if you've never worked with wire or cabochons, what a way to get yourself introduced.
When you just said that, hang on a minute, Dor, just for that thought process of making jewellery for 50 pence ish, even if we rounded it, let's go to 60 pence each. Yeah. I mean, I beg your pardon? And Not being funny about, how much was your chocolate bar that you've just munched?
It was 90 pence.
90 pence for a chocolate bar.
Yes.
60p. And that doesn't include the wire. That's
ridiculous.
Isn't it? That's your chocolate bar.
I feel bad now.
Yes, I'm glad you enjoyed that chocolate bar. We
your
could
chocolate
smell
bar
it,
was
couldn't
as
we?
big.
We could smell the chocolate wafted to us. Like, you know, wafting. The chocolate wafts were there. $27.95 is all you've got. 14 web buys still to check out on this deal. This could be the last chance you see this. Just to let you know, we're on that cusp where we're almost at the point where we're going to say, if everybody checks out, we'll sell out. So if you don't want to miss out, and this is getting to the point where I genuinely don't want you to miss out, please do make sure that you check out your baskets. And do you know that I have several collectors who have bought 3 of these packs? Now, if you put that into perspective, right, that means they're getting over, what? 13,000 carats.
They're poor postmen.
Exactly. Can you imagine? 14,250 carats if you buy 3 of these packs. 14,000 carats of gemstones. You know when you go to work in the morning, if you had a good weekend, you know, they have that chat, what did you do this weekend? Oh, it's just a bit busy. I bought 14,000 carats of genuine gemstones. What, are you going into the trade? Are you, are you suddenly becoming a dealer? I mean, oh my goodness me. $27.95 for one, but obviously you can multi-purchase. I keep on going back to the postage and packing of £2.95. I just keep on thinking, you know, I went the other day. I told you about my other day when I sent my niece, and she was doing. I wanted to wish her good luck. So in the post, I sent her some popping candy. Right, you know how flat popping candy is. It's just in a little packet. Popping candy. It's probably just about this. Right, but I was at the post office, so I thought, I was just going to put a first class stamp on. I had to put a large postage stamp on.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Over £1.
Oh, yeah.
Just to send popping candy in a card, it cost me over. The popping candy didn't cost £1, that the postage did. But that's the perspective. Popping candy in a card cost me over £1 to send, and yet here we are sending 4,750 carats of gemstones plus the weight of the wire, 30 metres of wire, and we're charging £2.95. It is a little bit, there's a bit of a disparity there, isn't there?
There is, definitely. I mean, if you were to put, say, for instance, this in an envelope.
Yes, the satin cord.
That would take you over a large letter. So you'd be paying a lot to send that through the post. But all of those, you're going to get for £2.95. Blown away.
Brilliant. And we've got people who are multi-purchasing, which means you're getting thousands more carats for still posting at £2.95. Amazing, amazing deal. Huge opportunity there. We've still got 12 web buyers that I can see, and that's just on my system. My system still updates a little bit slower, right? But I have got at least 12 web buyers who still haven't checked out. That is to the cusp of you missing out. Genuinely, if you don't want to miss out, I don't even know what. Can I pass this to you, because I'm just very conscious.
With pleasure.
Don't you, darling? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Now, talking of wow, how do you fancy 40 minutes of Fast and Furious under £10 hours? How do you fancy within this next 40 minutes that we give you tools for under £10, sterling silver findings for under £10, genuine gemstones, some cracking genuine gemstones for under £10, plus a findings pack for under £10. At the end of the hour, see what I've got coming here? This is all under £10. Everything that you see here, including the threads and cords, you've got shepherd hooks, you've got toggle clasp head pins, etc. Everything you see here, under £10. Guaranteed. That's going to be a big treat there. I don't think you're going to get the Swarovski, but I'll just put those to one side. Can you just check that, guys? I'm just checking you don't get the Swarovski, do you? I was just checking because that was there. I was thinking, oh, that doesn't look right. This is your finest pack. It's going under £10 before the end of the hour. But everything this hour is going under 10. Shall we? Let's just set the store with the first deal under 10. Right, Becky, I'm looking at Becky. If you're wondering where I'm looking, I'm not being rude, pardon me. But Becky's sitting over in the gallery there, and I can see her through the glass panel. So it's yeah, you can just about see her above there. But tuck your head over the computer so we can see your eyes. Can we see her? There she is! Yeah! I'm telling Mum. So we start with where? See, I thought we were going to start with something big for under £10. But Becky says... I know what you're going to do. You're going to be really cheeky, aren't you? Look at this. This is your sterling silver charm bail. Now you're thinking to yourself, but she said under 10 and there was going to be mega deals and it's going to be huge, it's going to be almighty. This is not that almighty, surely. Well, you'd probably be right if you were paying £9.95, £8.95, £7.95, £6.95, £5.95, £4.99, £3.95 or even £2.95. £1.95. So you could buy 5 of these and still be under £10. It's sterling silver, it's your charm bail, which means that if you want to add a little bit of detail to one of our classic chains that we did earlier on, slip this on, you've got the bail ready to go and you add your charm, add your detail to the neckline or to the wristwear. Plenty of opportunity here. £1.95 is all you pay. Sterling silver charm bail that this is. Free phone number and then add it to your order opportunity. This is the thing is that for under £10, this is buying five impacting additions to your jewellery design. You know, the cord that we had earlier on, the nice satin cord, and we were talking about adding detail just singularly on those satin cords. This would look great on that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would indeed. And I was just thinking, you know, the chain we did earlier, the ball chain.
Yes.
Where you haven't got a link to add something through. You can use these as an alternative way of being able to add on to a chain that's maybe got a very closed pattern where you maybe don't have holes to be able to add a head pin or an eye pin through. Yeah. And they move beautifully on those chains as well. It gives you that sort of glide, or a pendant or a feature will sit beautifully.
But it's sterling silver as well, so it's got that equal finish, isn't it? It's got that equal quality. More multi-bidders than I have single buys. In fact, looking, it's all multi-buying. It's go, go, go on this one. Heather, congratulations. Brenda. Tracy, Joe joined us, congratulations. Kyoto, sorry if I've said your name wrong there, apologies. And congratulations to Angela who's joined us. I've got buys in Malaga, Surrey, Cardiff and Cambridgeshire.
I can hand deliver the ones to Malaga if you like.
Postage, exactly. We don't mind doing it to hand. Straight on. Okay, let's go to, right. Under £10, what did we promise? Big, small, we promised something a bit different, didn't we? What about something really practical to really change and transform the quality of your jewellery design? How about getting probably one of the most usable to create professional finished jewellery of all pliers? Because this is your crimping tool. It's the Beadalon Mighty Crimp tool. I like the fact that it's branded itself mighty. I like the fact that it's, you know, it's pretty gutsy. Yeah. You know, I'm going to tell you now that I am mighty. I'm not just good, I'm not just great, I am mighty. And the thing is that it offers you lots of different variants of gauges for your crimps. So if you want a tighter crimp, you can do that to the smaller, and you've got the larger as well. It means that you can really play and you can hold, as you can see there. So you've got your variants. You can also add texture to your crimp. Can you see how it creates the arc in like this? This is all yours. Now, this is a brand new opportunity. brand new this week, only launched maybe 2 days ago, 3 days ago, only launched 3 days ago, and we're bringing you now last of stock offering. Told you this is it. Best of the birthday event that we have this evening. $6.95 for a professional tool to get professional finish that is almighty impact. And this is the beadle-on. We all love the beadle-on quality. We know that you've got the ergonomics, the consideration. Can you see how it springs back? Can you see how it's got that little spring? That just makes jewellery making easy. One of the things about jewellery making is that if you do more and more of it, you want it to be easy on the hand, especially if you have any dexterity problems. I think often people don't start a hobby thinking that perhaps they'll struggle. Well, if you've got the right tools, you're not going to struggle because you're going to get a tool that does the right job. And even just that, and you know, when you think about it, this is already doing the work of crimping and closing. And it's already, so it's a very gentle clasp that you need for then that tool to do the job that you want it to do. This is your crimp tool. It creates closure to the crimp, or it can add texture to the crimp as well. $6.95. Brand new, that tool, just 3 days ago, and we're honouring the birthday price tag of $6.95. Onwards we go. And we're going to go on to, we were talking about this in the break. We didn't get a chance to show you this. Have you seen this wire before? Now, this is brand new to me. I've never seen this artistic wire before. It's braided wire.
Oh, do you know what? Was this launched on the birthday?
Yeah.
I did see this then, and I saw the beautiful creations, because you can actually, if you want to, unbraid the end of the wire, so you can then add beads onto this, to use those wires as you unbraid them to lock this into a bangle or a ring style. I love the detail and the texturing that you get from that, and all the light play that you get from that braided wire.
Look at that. That's going to look gorgeous in a ring.
I know.
Oh my life, this is fabulous. This is your artistic wire square braid. It's your 14 gauge, so it's 1.6 by 1.6 in mil. It's bare, I don't even know how to say that. Phosphor bronze. Beg your pardon, but I've never heard of that before. I'm being very honest, never heard of phosphor bronze before. But it's got that really beautiful, almost, it's not gold, it's not rose gold, it sits somewhere in between, doesn't it? It's got a really, do you know the best way to describe it? Vintage gold, you know, just got that beautiful subtlety of tone rather than being quite a harsh or a quite intense gold flavour. It's got much more of a softer vintage tone to it. Love the braiding, and it is square. It's $6.95. Well, you could make that back in just one ring. You make one ring with that detail and you could make your money back instantly. $6.95 I'd happily pay for a ring that looks this good with the detail.
That's it. And you could never reproduce what you've got there by trying to make it by hand, because you wouldn't be able to manipulate the wire in such fine details. All of those wires together as well. So you just could not reproduce that at all.
And I'm just trying to show you, trying to show, can you see, it is actually wire braided into a square form. Can you see that it's not like it's just textured to be braided, it's actually, and I can almost start to lift away. Yes, I can. Can you see? Hang on. You can see that they are separate wires that have been braided. I mean, you just couldn't replicate that. You couldn't. No. That's just because you couldn't create the tautness, you couldn't get that tightness to give that, and especially to then have the square finish to it. That's amazing for $6.95. Love it. Love that wire. That's cracking, that one. That is lush. Ooh. Get that. Now then, that was almost your vintage rose goldy tone. This is your pale gold. This is your pale gold colour, and again I'll show you it in terms of the profile, and you can see that it is angled. It's not a flat wire at all. I'd classify it as a square wire, to be honest, because it really has got that angled form. And you've got here again the braided form, beautiful wrapping formation of such sleek design. Fabulous, fabulous quality. I can just see so much jewellery to be made from this.
Yeah, definitely. I can see sort of snake style rings.
Yes.
I can see lovely torque neckline pieces with some of those cabochons.
Wow.
Because you're going to need something that can take that weight.
Absolutely. Oh, you're totally right. And actually,
good.
the nice thing about this is that there is enough to be able to do a whole suite of jewellery. You could do a torque necklace, you could do a matching wristwear, you could do a ring, and there's enough on this length to be able to facilitate all of those. Definitely. In my mind. All of this. It is an amazing opportunity. These are again 1.6 mil square gauge, bare yellow it's called. I'd classify it as almost a light gold effect that you have here, and it's all yours. 0.7, well, we're talking 3/4 of a metre, aren't we, in length. For that to go to £6.95, very, very impressive. That is £6.95 is all you pay. I mean, just to hold out the whole wire, just to hold it all out, just see it there. I mean, I just wanted to see this as a torque necklace. I just wanted to show you it up against the neckline, just like this. Oh, how expensive does that look?
That's it. It looks...
And it is a proper torque necklace. It's got enough rigidity in it to have it as a torque necklace. If I just show you that's the length from there to there. That's the length of the neckline piece. So you could easily do two plus. So if you did two neckline, yeah, and you'd get a bracelet out of that as well. You could probably get out a ring as well, but you could get the wristwear look as well to match. You could do a suite of jewellery for £6.95. I think that's amazing, especially when you've got the detail already there for you. You've already got the design style there, ready to go, haven't you?
That's it. I mean, the light play you're getting from that braided, angular texture that you've got on the wire is just amazing. And it just looks so expensive and high-end.
It really does. It really does just look super expensive. And I like the fact that actually it's that affordability where you go, actually, I just want to play with this and not feel like you have to be too precious. Sometimes when you get those high-end wires, you become very precious because they're quite expensive. Yes. So you get very precious about, oh, I can't make a mistake, or I've got to get this right. Whereas £6.95 for this length, you know you've got a little bit more freedom, a little bit more give in terms of let's try it and see, rather than, you know, I'm going to make a mistake and not be able to go back on it. So I love that. £6.95, only launched 3 days ago, so this really is capturing the essence of the birthday in all its glory. Yeah. Thanks. Next deal, I said very specifically, you know exactly what I said to you. I love the fact that she's doing that now. I said to Becky, I said, if you do this in this hour, I genuinely might squeal. I know exactly why you're doing this, because you genuinely just like the idea of me squealing. This under £10 is it's almost ridiculous. It's to give you some perspective. When I first launched this gemstone in jewellery, I launched it in platinum. Platinum. Didn't launch it in gold or in silver. I launched it in platinum. And then the next time I launched it, it was only exclusively in platinum or 18 karat gold. That's the level of quality this gemstone holds within the jewellery industry. That's because it looks like this. It's not a £10 strand. It's genuinely not a £10 strand, because it's not going to £10. It's not going to £9. Platinum worthy, 18 karat gold. That's what I was used to on this gemstone. Now, not under 9 or even under 8. Under 7? Under £7. The luxury of your Rajasthan garnet and all for £6.95. Seeing is believing. You've got to see the quality of this to really believe what we've managed to achieve on the price tag. I mean, platinum worthy jewellery sells for 4 figures minimum, and I'm not talking just over £1,000. I'm talking one of a kinds that were coming in at you know, your £5,000-6,000, and yet here we are delivering the quality of this luxury gemstone. Iconic location these days of Rajasthan, you know, one of the most prolific of iconic gemstone locations for this quality of colour, and we're delivering it £6.95. Truly, that's squeal worthy. I'm quite proud of myself. I didn't squeal there. I held back very well, I thought. Very well indeed. Becky, you'll have to try harder if you're going to make me squeal. £6.95. I didn't mean what that sounded like there. £6.95 is all you pay. Don't look at me like that, thank you, Sarah. Don't even look at me like that. Don't even go there with that mum's look. She gives a... Pardon? What did you say there? £6.95 is... Oh, you can tell it's a live show, can't you? An amazing treat, iconic quality. We've got more multi-buys than we have single buys again on this. We've got a lot. We've had a lot of multi-buys today, actually. I think the deals have been so good that you can multi-purchase, can't you?
That's it. They're too good to miss out on, aren't they? I mean, you know, for me, if you see a deal and you think it's too good to be true, just snap it up.
Yeah, definitely. And don't just buy one, because often is the case, as I have realised over my time of purchasing, don't buy one, because if you buy one and you love it, you'll kick yourself, because you'll then try and buy another strand and it won't be available because it'll have sold out. She's trying hard, Maid. You are trying, aren't you? Under £10, the whole of this hour under £10. Oh, this is Brazilian as well, isn't it? Is it Brazilian? How do you know that it's Brazilian? Before you even look at the graphics, how do you tell that emerald is from Brazil? Do you know why? Colour, right? Because with Brazil, chromite inclusions creates a very defined colour. A colour like this for under £10. Genuine emerald. If you watch it for the first time, you go, it can't be real emerald for under 10. Oh, but it is. Under £10 guaranteed on this deal. Genuine Brazilian emerald, the real deal. I mean, we're talking here carnauba qualities of Brazilian colour, and a luxury offer, 20 carats of genuine emerald. If you want a certificate of authenticity to prove it's the real deal, just for 25p you can add that one to your order. 25p for your certificate of authenticity. Get the proof that you're working with genuine gemstones. May's birthstone, so if you've still got May gifts to give, if you've got birthdays to still make for, what about doing it for under £10 with emerald? What about under 6? Yes, £5.95 is all you pay. It's a birthday celebration. We're capturing the essence of how big a birthday celebration we've had over the last week, and we're doing it by condensing all of the big deals into one fantastic evening showcase. It's your Sunday Saver showcase this evening, and we're delivering, oh gosh, some formidable opportunities. £5.95 is all you pay for your very own Brazilian emerald, and it's a go, a real treat. Becky says she's probably going to get into trouble for these deals. Just say it was the birthday. Just say that you were honouring the birthday prices, you know, something like that. I'm sure we'll get away with that. Congratulations if you've got that. And I mean, of course, very in keeping with the around the world theme, if you travel around the world for emerald, you'll find very unique qualities from every location, from Zambia, from Siberia. But Brazil has got that reputation from the chromite inclusions. No other gemstone from this location, other than Brazilian emerald, will have that richness of colour because of the chromite qualities inside. £5.95, genuine emerald for £5.95. I mean, if you think about it, £5.95, you can't really buy a nice bunch of flowers for a birthday gift for £5.95, can you? And then you could be making genuine gemstone, emerald jewellery, birthstone of May for £5.95. Even if it was just a stretchy bracelet, nothing else, just a little stretchy bracelet. It's worth it, isn't it? Worth it. Let's go to, now then. We've just been talking about the location of Brazilian emerald. And I guess in some ways we have to identify, buying a gemstone is a little bit buying a house, because you would only buy a house if you knew the location. Yeah, you know, you might really like the pictures that you see in the estate agents of the bathroom and the lounge and it's got a conservatory and all of that. You might like that, but until you know the location, you can't really judge the house, and you certainly can't judge its price tag, can you? Because the reality is that we all know there's a bit of a postcode lottery for houses, but it's the same with gemstones. Specific locations will command a higher price tag. You know, they have the heritage, or they have the luxury. You know, we have to identify the fact that if you're buying gemstones and you know the location, then you have to expect certain prices will be reflected. And if we go to Australia, we're talking about one of the most significant locations on the planet for opal. When I say one of, probably for most traditionalists, it is the location for opal. It's the location that really brings home the reason that we love this gemstone so much. I love the fact within this you've got that real gorgeous neutral quality, and then you can see flashes of the opalescence, purples and blues and pinks just bursting out from every angle, and you're getting that from nuggets. I mean, normally opal has to be rounded into a cabochon to be able to get the maximum opalescence. You nearly always need to have it smooth so that the light can transfer and bounce over the hydrated silica that is the opal inside the gem. This just shows you the quality, because even from here you can see purple opalescence, you can see blue opalescence, you can see pink opalescence. You can really see that quality. Even in nuggets you can see the quality of our Australian opal. And again, going back to that heritage location, this is one of the most defining locations you'll ever work with when it comes to opal. And don't forget, it's under £10. What? We'll buy two for under 10. You can get just shy of 2 meters of opal. 2 meters of opal, just shy by 4 centimeters, and normally we always give a little bit extra anyway. £4.95 for one strand, under £10 for 2 strands. And I always think when they're doubled up like this, you really don't get the identity of how long this is. You know, a metre is a serious length. This is 98 centimetres. It's 2 centimetres off that metre of opal. I mean, £4.95. You know, you don't wake up on average morning going, oh, today I'm going to expect to get just shy of a metre of opal for £5. You know, you don't go to your local jeweller shop with a fiver in your hand and go, you know what, I want over 100 carats of opal, please. With £5 in your hand. I mean, I'm quite gutsy. I'm one of those people who doesn't mind bartering. I don't mind asking if there's a deal to be had, anything like that. Right, no bother with that. But even I draw the line at going into a local jeweller shop with £5 in my hand and expecting to walk away with 100 carats of genuine opal. Genuine opal, not synthetic replica that looks very pretty, but it's not the real deal. This is genuine Australian. Again, we've got the location. The quality is defined because of the location. £4.95. It's got to be multi-buys again. There you go. More multi-buys than single buys on that deal. Buy two and still be under £10 on that deal. Huge opportunity now. Let's go to one of my favourite gemstones. I'm sure if my children are watching, they're not. They'll be fast asleep by now. Hopefully. Touch wood. I've said that now, haven't I? And I'll have messages on the phone from the husband going, I can't get them to bed. This, if my children were watching, I can guarantee the first thing, we need to get that for mummy. I'll guarantee that if they were watching right now, because they all know that this is my all-time favourite colour. No doubt about it, I love the colour of turquoise apatite. And this for me, This is, I'm surprised it's not classified as neon. For me, this should be classified as neon. If it was classified as neon apatite, it wouldn't be under £10, that's for sure. There's no way we'd put this status of colour to under £10 standardly. I'm surprised it's not classified as anything other than neon, but hey, that's okay. If it's not, it means that we can take you under £10. It is the real deal that we have for you here. 2x1 to 4x2 millimetre in this 30 centimetre strand. Can I put this up on my neckline? There's only 15. There's only 15 left. That's all we have. Just take a look at how good this is going to be for under £10. And if you're watching for the first time and you want to give us a try and you've never tried us before, maybe you're already a jewellery maker but you would like to try maybe work with genuine gemstones and you've only ever worked with synthetics and beads, or perhaps you just want to get started into jewellery making full stop. Imagine going off on maybe a staycation, or maybe you're going off on your holidays, whatever you're up to, but you've made your own summer holiday jewellery. You've made this on your own and it hasn't cost you a fortune. All it's cost you is £6.95. That's it. It's all it's cost you, £6. And then if you watch it for the first time and you're thinking, but I don't have the tools and a hobby to start, it always costs so much money. You know, the thing about starting a hobby is you don't know whether you're going to like it, but then you have to invest on the tools and the threads and the cords and you have to learn. Well, the good thing is the welcome pack that we can offer you gives you everything you need to get started. So if you spend over £4.95 with this strand, that's exactly what you're doing. Just, look at that, £6.95. We'll offer you a welcome pack, and the welcome pack will offer you tools, it'll offer you findings and threads, and it'll give you with the instructions. So it gives you step-by-step instructions, project cards, you get everything in the welcome pack, and that's when you purchase from us for the very first time. When you introduce yourselves to us, we introduce ourselves to you by giving you a welcome pack that really is the perfect welcome to getting started into jewellery making. £6.95 is all you pay. Congratulations on that, that's a lovely colour. Okay, straight to another. These are big for under 10. These are really big for under 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 for under £10. So we're already working it out. We're going, well, hang on a minute, that works out at, well, it's less than £1 a piece, isn't it? Even if it goes to £9.95 and there's 15 on the strand, then I'm already significantly under £1 per stone. But if I show you them, I'm sure you agree, they don't look like they should be under £1 a stone, especially if I then show you them as a ring. If you just set that, you know, with that gorgeous artistic wire that we had, and you just set that alongside it, job done. Does that look that it should be less than £1? Genuine gemstone, lovely faceted detail as well, the checkerboard faceting to the surface, just bringing out that myriad of reflections of labradorescent colours. All of that. Does it look like it should be less than £1? Well, if it doesn't, well, it's going to happen anyway, because it's price promised. But as low as we can go, £9.75 is all you pay. £9.75. And every single one, I mean literally every single one has got something. I'll show you another one so that you can see. Every single one has got something different. That's a little bit more of the orangey tones of the labradorescence, isn't it? Everyone has got something to offer. You could be making 15 rings for £9.75.
I wouldn't sell one of them for under £9.75. They'd be much more like sort of £15, £17.
And if you even capped it at £10, just capped it at £10, and if you capped it, that means you only need to sell one, and the remaining 14 is profit. That's it.
Yeah. I love strands like this because I know that I can make beautiful pieces of jewellery for me, sell a couple of pieces of jewellery, know I've still made my money.
Yeah.
I get to enjoy the rest of the strand, which is lovely. Or, if you're doing things for your charity work or you're selling, you know that you've got lots of pieces jewellery you can make from this strand, and you can actually sort of start making, you know, a return on it.
And I think the thing is that I know a lot of people, but I don't sell my jewellery, and I think that's fair dues because I don't sell my jewellery. But what I do is if I'm wearing something and somebody goes, oh, that's really nice, can you make me one? Oh, it's lovely to go, yeah, no problem, without then going, oh yeah, I can, but it's going to cost, it's going to be probably about 10, 15. I don't have to do that with this kind of a deal because I go, yeah, no problem, because it's only costing me what, less than £1. I just want to show you the beautiful shades of colour. Every one of these coins is different. Every single one is fabulous. Can you see that you've just got different tonal qualities? This one is much more around the almost storm cloud of a lightning blue, and then the other couple that I've seen is, oh, look at that one, that's rainbow colours as well. This one there, look at that, can you see that rainbow colour sitting? Every one of them has got something special to offer. A real treat there. £9.75 is all you pay for that deal. Big deal on that one. Okay, straight we go to, oh, these are pretty. Well, I've knocked some out, but you can, did you get 5? Oh, wow. 5 for obviously we know that we're going under £10, which is good. Oh, they're really pretty. So you only need a little bit of detail with your jewellery to really make it go a long way. Sometimes I think simplicity of design is so successful, isn't it?
It is, because people think that, you know, you've got more occasions to wear that simple design. And that piece of jewellery is going to work harder for them because you can wear it every single day if it's a nice, classic, simple piece of jewellery.
Totally. I mean, really, because you're getting 5, this is a suite of jewellery, isn't it? So this is the, you know, a couple for a pair of earrings in the butterfly design, because they're connectors. It means that you can do a nice, simple drop of a gemstone underneath. You can add the shepherd hook to the top. Then you could do perhaps 2 on the neckline, and then you could do 1 on the hand. You could actually do 1 as a pretty ring because you've got the connectors running there, but you could use the butterfly wings as a connector part as well, so you could do it all together, so you could make it work as you see fit. You could make it into a little charm bracelet, a butterfly charm bracelet you could add on. I think the nice thing is because you're getting 5, you've got loads of different varieties of jewellery that you can influence, all for one price tag. Maybe if you are doing some kind of summer fair or you're going to sell your jewellery, you could do like maybe a little butterfly collection. You could do that, maybe the papillon collection, and it could be, you know, all around butterflies. So you could use these as the additional charms that maybe sit on a neckline, you know, on the extender chain, or you could add the detail that way. This could just be the detail, couldn't it?
It could. I mean, these could become, you know, your sort of almost your personalised stamp onto a piece of jewellery.
Yeah.
So your trademark, if you like, that you always use one of these in a piece of jewellery. So you always have a butterfly hidden in a design.
Gorgeous. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If I was that clever, that would be lovely. I'm not. £5.95 is all you pay. You get 5 for £5.95, so you're looking just over £1 or £1.20-ish for each one of these. So congratulations, to add that detail, and it really does make a difference to your jewellery by adding that just little personal touch. It can really transform your collection. Congratulations if you got that one. That's been a very busy hour of under 10 deals. But that's not where we stop. Oh, no. We've got one more mega deal to add in. It's another birthday treat. It's another one of our additional opportunities for this moment in time. And obviously, we're heading to the end of Sunday in our live show. And that's really going to be probably the end of our birthday celebrations for another year. So we've managed to keep it going by bringing you the best of the birthday, Saturday evening, Sunday evening. This is one of the big deals of our birthday celebration. We're going to match the price, and it's all going under 10. We love our variety when it comes to our findings, don't we? I think, you know, with the variety, you can really mix and match the detail of your jewellery design, whether you're perhaps going for a silver against a backdrop of gold, or a gold against a backdrop of rose gold. But for a long time, we've had a lot of requests. We went through antique bronze, and then we went out of stock of those, and then we had our vintage gold, and that went out of stock. And then we've brought this in. Now, this is deal of the day. Now, this is This is one of the big deals of the day over the birthday, and now we're bringing it to you with the length of stock that we have. Don't know what stock I've got left, so all I know is that this was one of the big birthday treats of the week. So if you do want to max out, this is the time to get hold of it. You get all of this in one pack, so it's all in the organza bag as you can see it here, and you get a combination of your essential black plated base metal essential findings kit. That combination includes your shepherd hooks, so 2 pairs of shepherd hooks, 2 lots of your toggle clasps, plus you've also got your crimp beads, your head pins, and you've got a significant 1/2 meter of chain as well. You get all of this alongside the threading pack, and the threading pack consists of a beading thread. You also get elastic and monofilament together. You get all of this deal for an under £10 birthday treat. Everything together for under £10. Brand new essential mega deal, black plated base metal essential findings. And of course the nice thing about the black base metal is that it goes so well with so many of the different designs, doesn't it?
It does.
It just, I mean, I know that you work with it in the coming up kit.
Yes.
And that this base, the black base is really, it almost gives an extra leverage to the design, doesn't it?
It does. So if you're using your darker gemstones, or maybe you've got a darker palette to your designs, it doesn't take away from the design, it just blends.
Yeah, it just gives a little bit more drama, doesn't it?
It does.
And I think sometimes when you are looking for that dramatic impact for your jewellery, and then the only option is either the brightness of a silver or even the luxury of a gold, it becomes quite what's the word, clashing. What's lovely about this colour is that it's going to give that subtlety to the finding, where sometimes you want a finding to be the feature. I think sometimes you also want it to blend alongside your jewellery design. And I don't mean to be disrespectful to the neckline piece, but actually the one that I'm looking at, as we're looking at each other,
yes.
I mean, I instantly...
If it had the darker finding on there, it would have been a lot more sort of subtle and blended.
And I don't mean that to... obviously, you know I'm not giving in any way, shape or form, but it does show you this neckline piece, because it's such a stunning detail to the lacework. But can you see how the silver sits? And it works beautifully because actually it's quite contrasting. But you could imagine that being the black chain and the black findings, and it would have a lovely cohesion, especially if you're wearing a black dress and you wanted to almost blend as a bib, you know, the lace bib style. That would happen if you were using the darker metal work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And you know, it would sort of, you know, just give it that seamless finish. So you see, when you have different tones of your findings, it gives you that freedom of your creativity to do lots of different designs, to have that seamless finish with those darker tones. So for me, I always stock up on my findings. I have them in every tone I can get my hands on, because that gives me that freedom of creativity. It gives me that chance to fit the finding to the design and not the other way around. Yeah, because I think findings have to be practical, right? Design is very different. Yes. Right? Design can be freedom, design can be as you see fit, but there has to be at some point where you hit the practicality of it being a piece of jewellery that needs to be worn. How do I hit that, you know, and embrace it and give a cohesion to the design that I've got? And I think sometimes you're right. Sometimes you almost have to choose a finding that you wouldn't necessarily want to use. I've done it myself a couple of times when I've gone, oh, I'm going to have to go for the yellow gold because I didn't have any silver left, or oh, I'm going to have to go for the antique bronze because I didn't. And actually, it does jar me and it does irk me because I've done so much, you know, of the detail to what I wanted it to be, but it doesn't quite finish off because the findings don't sit. So that's why this is going to work so well. It is. It's the difference between it finishing a piece, you're finishing a piece of jewellery, or you're putting it to one side and saying, I'll finish that later, because you're not happy with the finish of the finding. Totally. Yeah. This is your chance. Of course, it's a mega deal offer that we're honouring for our birthday. $9.95 is all you pay. And we've got one more hour of our live show to give you plenty more of our birthday celebrations, all concentrated and rejoicing in all the great week that it's been. One more hour to be able to introduce you to our birthday deals. And we've got some big ones, including that gorgeous kit with the glorious black lace.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Welcome to Jewellery Maker. We are part of the Immediate Media family. Immediate Media is a fast-growing multimedia platform company who operates some of the most loved brands across the UK. Our brands range from our other shopping TV channel, The Sewing Quarter, to our very successful magazines, such as Simply Knitting, Molly Makes, and The Radio Times. We work incredibly hard to inspire you and bring you lots of exciting ideas and projects. So whatever your creative needs, you know that our crafting family will be there for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
At Jewellery Maker, we are always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, we'd like to welcome you to our new pre-order option. Selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to pop it into your online basket, or speak to one of our brilliant call centre team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
Did you know, no matter how many times you purchase with Jewellery Maker in the same day, you'll only be charged one fee of postage and packaging. Select our standard delivery for just £2.95, or if you'd like to receive your goods sooner, upgrade to our premium option for £4.95. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or a query for Jewellery Maker, then you can contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2, or alternatively you can email help@jewellerymaker.com.
If for any reason you're not satisfied with your purchase, you have the benefit of our 30-day money-back guarantee.
Our brand new Get Started with Jewellery Maker page has been created to provide help and guidance for jewellery making newbies. If you need design suggestions, hints and tips, or help with perfecting your jewellery designs, we're here to help. Head over to facebook.com/getstartedwithjm, where our talented in-house designers are happy to answer your jewellery making questions, offer inspiration, and get you started in your jewellery making journey. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
We just had a proper disaster. Honestly, as I got up to come over to join Sarah, I knocked over a whole box. If I show you how we store our pieces, and all of this, right, all of that, I knocked it all on the floor. I know. So that's why I'm coming and sitting down going, what are we doing? It's because I did all the tidying because I felt so bad. Sorry, Michael.
It's been over half an hour.
Yeah, exactly. And it's awful because actually it was loads of findings and those little, small bits and pieces. Yeah. Sorry about that. Right, it's time for something extra special. Before we head into our wonderful kit, which is glorious, it is a beautiful kit. We're going to embrace the colours of the kit itself, because obviously it's all about the red and black drama of the Spanish flamenco. Well, you have got to think of what is red, and this, indeed, this is what you classify. Well, actually, you would call this scorpion red. This is one of the rarest colour types of spinel. Anybody who likes to do a little bit of reading, if you read the likes of Richard Wise's book, his amazing guide to precious gemstones, I would certainly recommend it. He talks about the purity of spinel in terms of its colour. And in particular, the value that's held with pure red. Because often with spinel, there'll be an undertone of some other tone of colour, whether it be a pink or whether it be sometimes blue, like with ruby. But this is pure red. I mean, you can see here, I would say probably 9/10 of this strand, you would only ever classify as red. You know, it's not even borderline red, it is red. And that's what makes this extra special. You know, world leaders of gemology, the likes of Vincent Pardue and as I say, the likes of Richard Wise will tell you that this is a supremely exciting gemstone to access. In fact, if you read the book that Richard Wise wrote, he often talks about he's only ever seen 2 true red spinels in his whole, you know, gemology lifetime. And when you start to put that into perspective, you'd kind of go, well, if that's the case, is this really what yes, it really is. It's just that we've got an incredible buying team who works their socks off for you to get you those something extra special. We source to Sri Lanka. It's one of the most unique locations that you can get spinel from, so it's not from the likes of Burma like we've often heard of. This is from Sri Lanka, and you think of Sri Lanka, you think of sapphire. And the moment you think of Sri Lankan sapphire, you're talking about one of the most notable coloured gemstones on the planet, one of the most expensive coloured gemstones on the planet, and this really embraces that noteworthy quality, the luxury of this, what you'd call scorpion red, bright red, no question about it, luxury in this dynamic strand, and all for one price tag. We're going straight down on this deal. How do you fancy $24.95 for one of the most impressive, one of the most textbook worthy, conversational worthy strands that there is? Do your little bit, even just a little bit of research, and you'll understand that the prestige of this gemstone from its location to have this hugely rich colour is very, very impressive. A very exciting prospect that we're giving you here. And I just want to check, can you just give me the spec on this, guys? I just want to check the spec on this, just because the size of these, 2x1 to 5x3, I think that this might be I think that some of these are a little bit larger, and I just wanted to check. Have you given us is there? It's not giving me the specific specification. Come on, little machine. No, it's not doing it. But I was just looking, and I was thinking that those look a little bit bigger than 5x3. You know, some of those sit for me, especially, you know, that trilogy there. I'm not looking at 5x3, that's for sure. £24.95 is all. That's it. Yeah, those there. Can you see? They don't look like an average 5x3 to my thinking. They look much bigger than that, much more impressive than just a simple. And you know, the thing is that there is that sense with us that we like to under promise, over deliver. I was going to say, I don't know what I was going to say, but I was going to get it the wrong way around. $24.95 is all you pay. And if I just, if I put that against the skin, oh, that colour just has such a resonance, doesn't it? It does. It's just so bright against the skin, and that's what makes this such an extra special strand. Huge opportunity to give your jewellery a pop of some of the finest, brightest reds. And I mean, your average ruby wouldn't sit at this kind of colour. You know, there's certainly normal ruby wouldn't have that definition of bright red. And actually, interesting enough, standardly with ruby, it's always got a secondary colour of blue. You know, so really ruby, as much as we, I guess, generationally would say, oh, ruby is red. Well, actually, ruby's red with an undercurrent of blue. Spinel is red. And that's what makes it so special. Congratulations if you got that stunning colour, really exciting colour. Now, I think we need to have to start with the lace, because we've had so many people requesting it. I'll show you the piece that we've been showing all evening long, just so you can get some sense of the grandeur of the neckline piece that you could achieve with the first part. And actually, at the second part, you could add to it, couldn't you? If you've just got the likes of that spinel, you could add to the first part of the kit and build upon it, couldn't you?
Definitely.
You've got this fabulous lace work, and I mean, it's such a striking pattern and formation, and I love the fact that you've made it almost like a garland. You know, I can imagine a black dress and just having this as the decoration, or maybe a white shirt and it being almost bib style over that.
I have a top that I actually bought in Spain. It's got all embroidery all the way down the front of it. It's black with red embroidery all over it, very typical sort of the Spanish colours. And this actually makes me think of that, because you can then take either a plain red top and wear this over it, or even black on black will work beautifully with this lace, because you get the texture of the lace, you've got the texture from the gemstones in there, so it's all going to just really add that beautiful definition and texture to your outfit. And it means that, you know, you get two for the price of one. You get the top on its own, and then you've got this for maybe going out and just wanting that really sort of have it sort of very elaborate.
And I will just bring forward everything that you get within the first part of this. To make this look, you get all of the formation of the lace. The lace is stunning when it comes to the detail. You just can't question the quality of this lace work when you see the intricacy of it. It's so glorious, absolutely fabulous. Yeah, it really catches the attention. I went to the exhibition for, now forgive me, I'm going to say Louis Vuitton, and it wasn't. There was a big exhibition, and it was all about the age of fashion in Barnard Castle some years, so probably last year, right? And it was a big touring about the generation of fashion. And on one section of this exhibition was drawers. And it was just glass drawers, and every drawer you pulled out, there was another intricacy of lace work, and it was like the vintage, almost the generations of how lace developed. And so you kept on pulling out the drawer. So you'd close one drawer and you'd think, gosh, that couldn't get much better. You pulled out the next drawer, and actually what I love about this is that I feel like you kind of go, oh, it can't get better, and then you get another section and you go, oh, but it doesn't get, it feels like that. It has that quality about it. But what I really like is that you've got matching combos. Is that we haven't just given you one, we've given you the chance to be able to create that balanced bib-like style, so that you have that matching combination. But that's not all you get. So if you like this look, then that's great. But if you want even more, then you get even more. And you see what I mean by every drawer in that exhibition made me go wow to the lace. But this is a lot of detail within the lace. So you've got that quality of beauty, absolutely stunning. I mean, it really is. You get two of those as well. So this is the nice thing, is that it goes on and on and on. The lace really does offer you so much in terms of decorative detail. And you have the addition, which then obviously is part of the design as well here. And you can see two of these as well. You know, I love that the quality that these suggest that you can create. Look at that as additional. Isn't that lush? And then you've got the backing fabric. And because you've got the backing fabric, it just transforms the lace into almost you know, an instant of walking into a flamenco dance, or it gives you that real elegance of style. You know, it gives you definition, and I love this big flower against that red backdrop. It's so striking. It really is, and I don't know how, if I can hold it like that, you can see a little bit more of the lace detail, but really stunning. I would love you to get this home and see the quality quality of the lace for yourself. A little bit like that exhibition I was at, and every drawer I pulled out, I didn't think you could get much better, and then I closed the drawer, and then you're, oh my gosh, and it was wonderful. I could have, and I think quite a lot of people who went there were very much lace enthusiasts, and they spent hours just, you know, looking at the detail of each lace drawer, as it was.
There is so much detail in these pieces of lace as well. So, you know, when you typically get lace, the more detail that's in there, the higher the price of a piece of lace.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, to get that intricacy is more work. So to have two of each design as well. So if you make a bracelet out of a piece of this lace and someone stops you and says, I really like that, you're going to have the opportunity to make that again. Or you've got the opportunity to maybe make a bracelet out of one of the pieces, and then you can actually, with the way that the lace is formed, you can cut this lace without it unravelling or having any of that worry about it. You can actually cut into it and take smaller sections of the patterns out as well.
I think I've just heard £9.95 as a price tag. I think I heard that, and now I've seen it. That's for everything here. That's not for one section. We don't have to choose one lot of lace, do we? You get all of this lace. But am I the only one who thought that this was going to be maybe 30, 40, 50 pounds? Am I the only one who thought that this was going to be a really, really expensive part of the kit? £9.95 for everything. So you get the backing, which is your ultraside red in your foundation sheet. Then you get 2, 4, 6 separate lace designs. 6. This is amazing pricing. I mean, for me, looking at the intricacy, and my nana taught me to lace make, and she actually bought me a lacing machine, and I never mastered it. Something that makes me a little bit sad, really, that I didn't have the chance to be able to really learn it with my nana. But you know, this is painstaking. This is not something that is easily designed or crafted. This is something that really has got attention to detail in every single stitch, and you can see that. And I love the fact that you've really played with the shapes of the lace work with the designs that you've created.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so many different sort of shapes and patterns that you're going to see in these pieces of lace. Whether you want to use them as a whole piece, so that bracelet I have just used the whole piece, I didn't want to cut into it, but I really wanted the pop of that red underneath. And because you're working with ultraswide, it's so easy to work with. You can do, you know, make your designs very easy. You can hide lots of your working as well, because you can put a backing onto a piece of jewellery. So you can hide all the stitch work if you wish to very easily by just covering it, the back of it, with the ultraswide. So if you're a messy stitcher and maybe, you know, you're not very neat at don't worry, you can hide it all. You know, that's what I love about things like this. You know, you can go to town with your embellishments, but then you can hide all the working.
And I love the fact that you've also given us a hair piece, you know, just to show the lace work. And because it's light, it works really well as a headdress addition, doesn't it?
It does. And you've got that real drama and impact. And if you know you've got dark hair like me, sometimes you just want something that's very subtle, yet is going to give you that impact. And lace, you know, gives you lots of detail, lots of layers of texture, but in a very light way, so you can create very, very structural pieces. And with the lace, you can stiffen the lace very easily.
Starch it,
so that gives you that structure. I did stiffen my lace, but very gently, because I still wanted it to move and have that. You can actually stiffen it so it becomes almost structural.
Do you starch? Do you mean, when you stiffen, do you mean starching?
I use diluted PVA glue.
How do you?
So you actually soak your lace into it. So for the pieces I've made, I did 1 to 4. So 1 part glue to 4 parts water, and that will give you a gentle sort of stiffening to the lace.
Oh, right.
If you want it to be more structural, 1 to 2.
Okay.
And that will give you more structure in there. So that hairpiece, for instance, I would have folded that into the design, put it into the solution, and let it dry in that formation, and it would stay in that shape.
Right.
So you just put it onto, I put mine onto greaseproof paper, and pop it onto a chopping board or something like that to keep it flat, and pop it on top of a radiator. If you wanted to go a little bit quicker, now I mean an incredibly low oven. I mean the lowest setting your oven will go on, and do it in 5-minute increments. Set a timer, don't walk away from it, on greaseproof in your oven, and that is a very quick way of drying it. So if you're just there for a bit of speeding up the drying process, you can do that.
Right. Okay. I thought because we used to starch. My nanny used to starch ours.
You can buy sprays.
I was going to say starch spray was something that we used to do for. When I used to do my dance shows, and you used to have to the frills that had to stand taut.
So you can buy sprays that will do that, but if you haven't got any of those, and it's a very easy way of being able to do it.
Oh, that's brilliant. I never knew that. Fabulous. We have got an addition to our amazing flamenco dancer kit, and that includes, wow, I mean, this is a stacked strand of black spinel that you have here. These are your faceted drops, a combination of luxury luster, striking qualities that you can see here. Really, I mean, these are dramatic individually. If I just showed you one of these on its own, look at how it can hold. It's got such presence because each one of those facets is allowing the light to bounce. It's really got a striking quality to it. Look at that for a stack of a strand. Really rather magnificent, I think you'd agree with me. All of this strand is part of this bundle, which includes on top of that, as you can see here, the glorious quality of this garnet. We all know that we love our garnet, especially when you've got that richness of colour, that drama that you have here. That's your black faceted drops of spinel. Here you've got the luxury of your garnet in your faceted rondelles. And on top of that, you also have your findings. This is your combination of your findings that actually you've just seen us offer you for $9.95. So we can already tell you that that's a pack of $9.95 because you've just seen us do it for $9.95. So we're very open and honest. That's $9.95. So what else can we do? We add the spinel and we add the garnet, and then we say, how about you get all three for $36.95 if you were buying them separately by yourself. So if you were buying these on our website and you bought this separate to this and you put them together, it would come to £36.95. We are not stopping there. This bundle, how about this? £24.95. So if we know that we've got that bundle of findings at around £10, and then we're adding in the thread, the gorgeous spinel and the garnet, I mean, that means that you're looking at £7.50 for each of these strands.
It's an amazing deal, isn't it? I mean,
is that a £7.50 strand?
No. Two of those are £7.50, not all of that strand.
I can pretty be sure that we don't do this level of spinel for £7.50, that's for sure. Enjoy it while we've got it. Congratulations if you've got a phone in your hand. We'll process your call as fast as we possibly can. You could join us at JewelleryMaker.com if you prefer, and make sure if you put anything in your basket this evening that you check out. This is your last chance. This is your last chance saloon on some of these deals. We are live until 10 p.m. And then obviously the deals that we're offering you, the deals that we've offered you through the whole of the evening disappear. So if you haven't checked out your basket on your snake bracelet and your halo, if you haven't guaranteed, I don't even know whether we've got any cabochons left on that massive 4,000. 20 packs of the cabochon left. That's all we've got. You know, if you haven't checked out yet, this is the time to now go, right, this is it. Time's ticking away. You don't want to miss out. Then you've got to check out. Congratulations if you got any of the deals, especially on that offer. I mean, that's some serious jewellery potential for just $24.95. And if you're just buying that on its own, don't forget that means you've got all the findings, plus you've got the gemstones ready to make jewellery. You don't even have to add the lace in. The lace is just an added bonus, really, as an additional part of the kit. But you are going to show us how to work with the lace, aren't you?
I am. And it would, be amiss of me not to show you how to bring together the neckline piece.
Yeah.
And this sort of harks back to where I started with my crafting. I started with embroidery.
Oh, did you?
So when I was very little, I raided my mum's sewing box and found a handkerchief and drew flowers and things and embroidered them all onto the handkerchief for my nan. So that's where I started with all my crafting. So it's really nice to be able to bring that into what I'm doing now with my jewellery making.
Absolutely.
So it's a really nice sort of crossover. If you like to sew and you like to make jewellery, this is great. If you're not a great sewer, this is a project that will work. If you can thread a needle and just sort of do a running stitch, you're fine.
Okay.
There's nothing more complicated than that.
Fab.
So when I got these beautiful long pieces of lace, I started laying them out as I have here on my board. And I just thought, how are these going to sit together? So if I bring those up a little bit, what we're going to do is I noticed that this little section here almost touched together. So all I did was overlap the little flowers at the bottom, and then you find that that will sit, and that gives you your connection points as to how you're going to sew this together. Yeah. So that was the starting point of the design, and so that's where I began thinking, well, this is how it's going to sit together. So I've basically used one of our normal parts of our jewellery making. I'm using some wildfire. It could be fireline. It could be some of the finer eslons we've had and things like that. So anything that you can sort of sew with that is a matching colour. So you want a black thread because it's going to disappear into the lace completely. And I'm using a size 12 beading needle. Now, do excuse my beading needle. I've been sewing with this. And this is what happens to size 12 beading needle. So if I just pop that on the mat, you'll be able to see that it's a little bit wonky, but that's just from being in my hand and the pressure of my thumb and finger being pulled through the lace. And that will happen with a size 12 beading needle because they are much finer than your size 10s. Okay. But you need that to go through all your gemstones. Okay. And the lace. So you don't want to be making big sort of marks where you're going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross these over on that floral point. So I've got the little daisy sort of floral points here, and they're going to sit right on top of each other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick my lace up, and I've got a little knot on my thread, and I'm going to go through both motifs from back to front and pull that thread through. Now you'll find sometimes it won't go through the first time, so if you just take your time, that'll go through to the front, and then I'm going to go through from the front to the back again. And then I'm going to come through right next to the little opening in the daisy. There's like a little opening that we can sew a gemstone into. So now those two pieces are sewn together. So I'm going to bring in, it's going to behave itself tonight, is it? There we go, bring it back, behave. I bring my gemstones in. So I'm going to use one of these just to put a little pop of colour right in the centre of that floral motif. And again, this hides your sewing, so you have like a seamless finish, but you can actually then start to add your motifs in. And this is why we're using a finer needle, because we know that it'll go through all the gemstones, no problems. We don't want to be forcing a larger needle through our gemstone. So you can see now that that little gemstone sits perfectly in that little aperture of the daisies. And you've got ones up here that you can use as well to sew into. So we're just going to go cross over the aperture and go through to the back. I'm going to try and keep this flat so you can see what I'm doing. At home I would just keep turning the lace over and over and over. So, you know, when I go to the back I'll just turn it over. So that's got that little section locked into position. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn my lace over and I'm going to work up on the back of this piece of lace to this next part that I want to lock together, which is these two sections here. So I am going to turn my lace over at this point so you can see what I'm doing. So let's turn that over. And what I'm going to do is work to the nearest point where my thread's coming out. So it's more to this side of the two connecting points. So always work the shortest distance. And the great thing about the lace is because it's got so many places, we can hide the threads in there and you won't actually see them on the back. And I'm quite happy to turn that one over, and I wasn't particularly neat or tidy when I did it, but because the thread matches, you won't see anything on the back. And so all I'm going to do is work through the back very gently, and then work up. You can do it in quite big sections really, because it's going to go right underneath all the thread work in the lace, and that thread will hide and be sort of inside the lace itself, and then just towards the edge of that piece there. And this is a great sort of evening project. It won't actually take too long to sew this together. So I'm going right towards the edge of that piece, and now I'm going to bring those together. Yeah. If I move that hands out of the way so you can see on the white, so I'll bring those two bits together like that and bridge that gap. So to do that, I'm just going to go from the back to the front. So I'm on the back, I'm facing the back at the moment. Go to the front of that piece of lace. Now you don't need to pull that tight at the moment, and then go from the front of this piece, which is the back of this piece of lace at the moment, because I'm actually working on the back. So you just have to remember which is which. Which is why I put that gemstone in first.
At the front. Yeah, okay.
It reminds you exactly where you are.
Yeah, got it.
So that first gemstone we put on is our little marker that tells me that's the front. So I will always remember now because that gemstone's there. And so now I'm going to pull those threads together and pull this one together. And I've created a little bridge to lock those two pieces together. So that's as simple as that little bit is to bring together. I can now work down this piece of lace, and I'm going to work up to this next bridge at the top here. And we did this one a little bit different because we're going to suspend one of those beautiful drops inside that natural aperture. So it seems too nice a space not to fill it with one of those beautiful drops.
What does aperture mean? I've never.
An aperture is just a blank space. So
aperture.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of it before. You've said it twice, and I thought I must remember to look in the dictionary and see what that means when I get home.
You know, when
I
a
thought, I
camera
may as well just ask, what does aperture mean?
opens, and the middle of the camera, the iris, opens. The middle bit, the open bit, is the aperture.
I'm going to take that. Yeah, I'll use that.
I hope so. Anyway. So in my mind, that's what it is. So I'm going to work myself back up to this next crossing point, small little sections running underneath the lace, and you'll find there's almost like a double sort of set of stitches that you can hide your work in, so it won't show on the back and it won't show on the front either.
So you're almost working in that.
You're walking in the middle, that
Yeah.
little gap in the middle of all the lace, which is brilliant. Just the quality of this lace is amazing.
I can't believe we've done it for £9.95. The information's on the bottom of the screen if you do want the lace bundle, all of that lace bundle. I'll just grab it again so you can see it. All of this, plus you've also got the Ultra Suede foundation as well. All of that's £9.95. The information's at the bottom of the screen there. If you would like to access that deal, then you can get hold of it now. Obviously, it's while stocks last. The code on it, I don't know whether you can see that at the bottom of the screen. CHXC98 is your code offer for that £9.95 deal if you would like to get hold of that big bundle of lace to make the whole of this neckline look work.
Okay, so I've turned my lace back over.
We're back to the front again
back
now.
onto the front. So you can see that we've got this bridging point here. And we've got the nice space that when we're wearing this
This is an aperture.
An aperture, that's
Got
it.
it.
There
We've got the aperture there, we can see it there.
We can see it there. So this is a perfect place to not only bridge this gap, but we're also going to embellish it. And when you're wearing this, again, if you were wearing this against a crisp white top or a red top, this drop we're going to add in here will show beautifully against whatever fabric you choose to wear this against. So I'm going to pick up one of my lovely faceted beads, one of the drops. You can see my size 12 needle will go through there beautifully, and another one of our lovely faceted beads. And I love the fact that none of these had any trouble threading onto any of this material. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow those just to sit there and see where my thread comes to on my lace. And then, this is where it's great if you're working on a beading mat or a macrame board, is you can position your needle, so you don't need to pick it up, you just push that into something soft underneath, and then you know straight away your needle's going to be in exactly the right place. So sometimes it's a bit of guesswork with sewing as to where you need to go, so that's going to give you that beautiful bridging point. And then I'm going to keep it sitting sort of flat with it facing towards me. And I'm going to just come through the lace just to the one side of that gemstone. And again, I'm going to tighten all of this up in stages. So at the moment it's all sitting, I've got a loop of thread here and a loop of thread there. So I'm just going to tighten the first bridge, make sure that sits underneath, and then tighten the second bridge. And it's just a little bit fiddly just to start off with, but there you can see we've sort of pulled all of that together. Then what I would do is turn this over and sew those two pieces of lace together on the back. Because you can see this one's just decided it doesn't want to sit quite straight.
Yeah.
So turn that over and sew it on the back. So then it's up to you where this design goes to. So I looked and I saw these beautiful little curves on both sides. So I suspended another little drop from each of those little sections. So you can see that they are going to sit there, and as you wear this, although they may not be very visible straight away, it's that light play when you're wearing that. And then I've got two extra daisy shapes up here on either side, and both of those had a gemstone sewn into them.
So do you lock off at this point, and then do you jump to here, or have you just sewn through to get to the next point? What did you do?
Just sewed through all the back as we had to move those from those three sections, just sewed through the lace at the back, got to this end, I re-added a thread at this side and then just sewed those two. So just a standard little knot on your thread will hide in the lace, but it won't pull through.
Right.
And then I did these little sections.
And locking off, what are we
Locking
doing?
off, okay, so locking off our thread, so I'm just going to turn my lace over again and get rid of those gemstones because they're not attached at the minute. So I'm going to turn my lace over and get my thread into the centre. So I would take my thread back through the lace a little bit, away from the working area we've just worked into, like so. And then what I would do is put my needle under, and this is very similar to the way I would stop seed beading work. So I've put my needle through, I'm going to pull the lace back so you can see my needle. This is my long working thread. Let's see if I can do it that way. I take it over and under the needle to create a half hitch knot. So I'll do that again. So this is my long working thread. I haven't pulled the needle through yet. It's just sitting in the fabric. It's going to go to the left hand side and then underneath the needle to the right hand side. I'm going to pull that through. That's created one little locking knot. I'm going to do that once more. So put my needle through, take your long working tail to the left, underneath the needle and to the right. And if I show you, can you see that I've got a knot there?
Yeah.
But because of the way I've formed it, it'll allow me to pull that up and it just locks and seams in. What I would do is work a little bit away, do another couple of those little half hitch knots, take my thread through and then cut it off.
Right.
And that will stop, so the thread would have to work back through the lace, undo the first set of knots, work through the lace and undo the second set of knots to come undone. So it's a fail-safe technique. You can do it once and then just work through, but I prefer, if it's something I'm going to sell or something I'm going to wear, that I'd want it to be foolproof and it wouldn't come undone.
Yeah.
And those knots are very good. They don't have a tendency to come undone. And those are the same knots I would tie off my seed bead work with, where we tie them around the thread bridge.
And finally, you've then added in obviously the top.
Yes, the little bits of the colour.
Oh gosh, yes, and the colour as well.
Yes.
How did we do that? Oh, I forgot about the colour. And actually, the colour really works to define the look, doesn't it?
So we've got these sections here in those larger flowers, like windows, like stained glass windows.
Yeah.
And this is the back of my lace. So I put, these are little bits from when I made the bracelet. So this is going to be perfect for doing that. And what I did was cut just a little piece of my ultra suede, and I will do both at the same time, so it doesn't need to be too neat or tidy. That will go over that aperture. So I'm going to just, by eye, measure it. And that will sit over that aperture. So if I turn that over now, can you see that's covered that entire aperture?
Yeah. I expected you to need more than that, but you really don't.
You don't.
It's quite sensible, really. You want it to go as far as possible, don't
You only use what you need.
Yeah.
There is no point using any more because it's just going to be hidden behind the lace. You're not going to see it because there's no visibility through the lace there. It's so well made that it's very dense at that point, below that sort of window.
Yeah.
So literally, you're going to pop a little bit of our fabric glue.
Oh, do you?
Yes, no sewing on that bit.
I was going to say, do you not just sew it on?
I've just glued it into place. Because if I sewed it, it would create extra bulk and I would see all the stitches on the back as well. So if it's actually just glued into position.
Well, I never.
Sometimes the quickest methods are always the best. Sometimes you can overthink a method and make it difficult for yourself and think, I've got to put lots of little running stitches in there and I've got to hold it in place while I'm doing it. You don't have to at all. So the last little bit to finish off is a ribbon cord clamp, and I haven't got one out to show you. Would you like me to get one?
But is it just is it? Oh yeah. Is it literally just that you clamp onto
this little piece of lace at the top? We have sort of a tendril, if you like. I don't know what you would like to call that, coming from the
You've got
stems.
some brilliant words tonight.
I know, I must have swallowed a dictionary this morning.
On form this evening.
I must be getting up at 6 o'clock this morning.
Yes, it obviously suits you.
Evidently so. So we've got this extra bit of sort of lace fabric here, and then use that inside my ribbon cord ending.
Yeah.
You could indeed use the Kumihimo end findings from the first kit.
Yes.
They would work as well. So there's no reason why you have to use one particular ending. And then I just folded it over with that inside that clamp. And that is now nice and safe and secure. So you can see that's just the end of the little bit of lace there. And then just attach a jump ring and a piece of chain and a clasp.
Love it. Love it. And so there you have it. That is literally that's the whole piece. That's you're good to go now. And the nice thing is you can add your own personal touches to the embellishment. Yeah. You can add the detail that you want. You know, whether you want to make it more flamboyant, whether you want to keep it a little bit more subtle. It's up to you. But at least you know the whys and wherefores of how to build something like this.
That's it.
So, glorious.
You know, where we added the drop in the middle of those two flowers at the bottom, you could put a little bit more of the ultra suede behind that.
Yes.
Opening, aperture, just to create that. So you can put as many sort of embellishments onto this as you want. I kept it fairly pared down and simple because I wanted the lace to speak. But you can really go to town with it.
Yeah, amazing. Love that. £24.95 for your gemstones, and then of course £9.95 for that lace bundle, which pretty amazing. Just the lace bundle, steep. Come on, really? Really, £9.95? Yes, really, £9.95. Okay, let's crack on with some big deals. Now, now is it Friday? Yeah, Friday evening or Friday daytime. You had the luxury of an Amber Day, and I was gutted that I couldn't join you for Amber Day. One of my very good friends joined you on Friday, from what I was told. I didn't get to see him myself, but Marius joined you. And Marius is one of my very good friends, and last time I met him, I know it's really funny, but the last time we worked together, Marius and I went, please will you come on to JewelleryMaker, please will you join? And I spoke to Chloe, who's in our production. I went, right, I've spoken to Marius, you speak to him and you tell him that Vicky said that he has to come on. And when I saw him, so I actually bumped into him yesterday evening as he was about to fly off. He was flying first thing this morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I bumped into him, as you do, and he's like, that we got you on JM, we managed to get you on JM. And he's like, you did that. I was like, that, yay. So hopefully Marius is just glorious, and he's the one who gives us the access to these amazing gemstones. We are sourcing some of the finest from a gentleman who has literally lived and breathed sourcing amber, his family heritage. If you ever spoke to Marius about his history of sourcing this gemstone, it is literally from the day he was born. He was bred into sourcing amber, because that's the whole of the area that his family has lived and breathed amber, and so his business is 100% committed to that world-class quality of sourcing this luxury gemstone. And here you have it. This is testament to that luxury in one of the most defining sizes, 25 by 18, so 25 in drop, 18 in width, and you've got that luxury size that really could be a signature piece for the hand and on the full flanks of the finger, or could sit wonderfully well if you wanted to make a cuff style bracelet, or if you wanted to put it on the neckline as an almost amulet size for the décolletage. It's one of those sizes that I think has got versatility guaranteed, which is why perhaps you want to multi-buy it, so you can think of it as a set of a combination. Yours for the taking. We only have 7 left, and it's under £10. That's under £10 for £9.95. Now somebody straight in and bought 3, and I think that's probably because you can see the set of jewellery instantly being created, can't you? One for the hand, one for the wrist, one for the neckline. job done. £9.95 is already paid. Got a lot of web buyers who haven't checked out, but obviously if you don't check out, then there's no guarantee that this is yours. And this is one of our special treats. I'm so pleased that you've met the gentleman behind the sourcing of these wonderful genuine gemstones. Whenever I see the quality of our amber here at JM, I guess, and if you've seen any of the documentaries of us being out where we source this being sourced, and I think you see that with the luxury of the size and the distinction of this gemstone when you work with it. £9.95 is all you pay. Fabulous piece, real striking look that you have there, and it's yours. Oversubscribed on that. Straight on, we have got loads to fit in. We've got, what, 15 minutes, and we're going to fit in as many big deals. Obviously, this is the final 15 minutes of our birthday roundup. This is the final 15 minutes of us being able to do and guarantee birthday prices. You know, we'll get away with it this weekend by giving you this birthday roundup evening of Sunday Saver showcases, but from tomorrow, I'm sorry, I can't guarantee these deals. Of course, every deal we did in the birthday was specially priced. You know, everything. Well, we showed that with the Halo collection, because actually the Halo collection should have been at $29 for every one of those Halo charm sets, but we actually took you to $20, which was the birthday price, but the prices had already been reset up to $30. So, you know, we don't have to honour the birthday prices. So make the most of this next 15 minutes, because these are honouring the birthday deals. And while we can, we do it in style with these glorious puffy squares. I can't remember the last time I saw a puffy square, rounds and ovals of this gemstone, but squares, love it. How do you fancy the final 10? It's going to be on and it's going to be gone. Our Sunday Saver showcase, and we're going straight under £20 with change from under £20 at that. It's a free phone number that you're dialing. You can join us at JewelleryMaker.com. Massive congratulations. We're sourcing from one of the finest locations in the world for this gemstone, holding its own with that luxury. I mean, Burma and China really are the powerhouses of jadeite availability. China right now, almost impossible to secure the quality that they've been used to seeing. So Burma is producing, I guess, the highest elevation of jadeite in the world for most jewelry professionals. And you've got that quality, you've got that in the squares, which is just adding a differential, isn't it, to what we've seen before?
It is, and these are going to make beautiful bracelets, because you've got that flat sides, they're going to sit so beautifully, but also these could be very beautiful rings as well, because they are sizable enough to be, you know, each one of those a solitaire.
Yeah, and if you look at the price of a jade ring elsewhere, you'd be quite surprised at the price tag that we can do for a whole strand at $18.95. Make the most of that, add it to your order offer. You'll obviously, one poster in packaging, you've got an amazing deal here. Where are we going next? Oh, hang on. Was it that? Have I got it? Yep, I've got it. It was hiding in the bottom of my box. So let me show you this. Oh, the colour! Oh my goodness me, the colour! Wowzers. This is a 19 by 9. That's a significant size now, isn't it? But to get that size and to then match it with the colour, because normally it's that one or the other of this gemstone. You either get the size with the, you know, with the lesser tone of colour, or you get the colour but to the smaller size. But this is both. 6 carats in this perfect pair. A wonderful, wonderful distinction. Again, you know, the size about this piece, a bit like with the amber, you can almost imagine it in different places, can't you? One for the neckline, one for the finger. You know, that's the kind of piece that I could imagine looking magnificent in a simple classic setting on the hand. That could hold its own, couldn't it?
It could. I mean, you know, the colour, the size, the shape, beautiful for the hand. You know, that pointed shape, you know, elongates the fingers, which is beautiful, and such a wonderful sort of size to be able to work with. So if you are new to setting cabochons, you know, get the big cabochon pack that we had earlier, practice, and then you can scale down to this size. But the techniques are just the same, whether you're using this beautiful cabochon or those larger ones.
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
use slightly less wire. That's
It's already flying out, and I have to think. I was just, as you were talking, I'm looking at the quantity disappearing. I'm going, oh, it's going to sell out. It's going to sell out. Okay, this is going to be a sell-out deal at £6.95. We're in single quantity figures now. The computer will catch up, but we are literally just. It's first come first served at £6.95 with us. A fabulous deal to be had, and I think the nice thing is you said the shape really gives that guarantee of almost luxury design, doesn't it?
It's elegant.
Yeah.
It's timeless. But it's very, very feminine, and it's just a forgiving shape. It's you're wearing that on the neckline with that point facing down, like you were talking about those elongated chains, and it drawing the eye. That shape is going to draw the eye.
A fabulous opportunity. It is going to be a sell-out deal at just £6.95. If you've got a phone in your hand, make sure you keep it there. If you're joining us on the web, wherever you're joining us, make sure you check out your baskets. The web. We have got now a gemstone that we haven't got enough of to be anything other than absolutely guaranteeing this is a first come first served. Quantity-wise, availability on this strand is 7 of 7. That's not 7 with another 20 or 30 or 40 in the vaults. That's 7 of 7 available. And once it's gone, it's gone. And on this gemstone, with the pricing that's going on in the trade for a stone of this distinction, from the location of locations, we're talking about Charoite all the way from Russia. With love. You've got here a huge opportunity to transform your jewellery collection. I think in some ways when you start working with genuine gemstones as a jewellery maker, there's the almost that I'll start with the stones that I know, and then all of a sudden these pieces come along and go, well, I've never even heard of Charoite before. But the reason I haven't heard of it is because it's so difficult to come by. Yes, amethyst is a beautiful gemstone, but this is so much more a unique gemstone.
It is.
It's so much more individualised than any of your standard everyday stones that you perhaps could access a little bit more readily. And yet, we price it to make it affordable. We only had 7, and that really is 7 of 7. So if you want the final 3, don't forget the last 10 minutes of our birthday pricing. This is the last 10 minutes. It's the final countdown. Literally, this is, thank you. I had a full chorus, not just in my ear, but in the studio. Everybody was doing a little bit of Phil and Ted. Is it Phil and Ted? Was that Phil and Ted?
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted. I know, every time I said Phil and Ted, I was going, no, that's my boogie. I've got a boogie that's called Phil and Ted.
Phil and Ted.
Phil and Ted boogies, yeah. Yeah, Phil and Ted's boogies, they're very cool because you can have lots of children. You can have a child on top, you can have a child in the middle and a child at the bottom.
It's really nice kid seats as well, for tables.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Right, let's go to... Ooh. Straight to the neckline.
Oh, yes.
Straight to the neck. I mean, to get that delicacy of a seed bead in pearls with this colour, that's delightful. That just looks like little nuggets of gold, doesn't it?
I was going to say, it looks like a gold chain, doesn't it?
Yeah. And yet it's so light. It's got that such a beautiful smoothness to it. That's what pearls does. Look at that. This is fab. These are seed beads, right? These are rice beads, as you'd call them. But either way, think about just the precision that is required to drill through each of these. Now, most people think that the price of a pearl would be relative to its side. Well, yes, on average, you're right. But actually, it's almost bookended either side. The largest pearl, that'll come at a high price tag. But also the smallest pearl will come at a certain significant price tag, especially when you've got a drill hole through the centre, because that really is precision craftsmanship. That really is world-class qualities. To get rice beads with a drill hole that's large enough and significant enough to work with jewellery, well, that really is special. £4.95 is all you pay. I keep on putting it there because I just think that's where it feels right.
Yeah, that is just... it's just so elegant.
Look, my mum will tell us off that I've got my hair.
Oh.
I know, why have you not cut them out?
Oh, no.
She always says that. Why have you not... Does your mum do that? Does she? Oh. Do you do it on purpose and leave it in? Do you? I the fact, so Carrie and Becky are sisters, right? And Becky's just gone, that's not me saying it, I cut mine out. If my mum's watching, that's Carrie who says that. I love that. That's so what I would do with my sister. She did that. I so wouldn't do that, Mum. No, I mean, I'll just polish my halo. Gorgeous.
You know, I just love them like that as well.
Yeah.
Really, really.
You know what you could do though? You could perhaps do a little runway, couldn't you, of something
could.
through, and just use that as almost the channel setting form.
Do you know what would be really nice? That jadeite.
The
Puffy
flat
squares in the
yes.
middle of there.
Yep.
And those just on
Got
the
it.
outside.
Nice. Congratulations, you got that. That's another wipeout deal. Let's go to... Oh, now I looked at this. I was hoping that you were going to let me do these. I love tourmaline.
I do.
That proper love tourmaline. For me, tourmaline it's just like a hidden gem. It's one of those gemstones that when you start to work with, you will never underestimate again. I think it's one of those that if you haven't worked with yet, you have to really appreciate the beauty and the magnitude of the colour collaborations that you get from one strand. You have to get hold of it to work with it, then you'll appreciate it. Before that, you get that sense of, oh, that's beautiful, that's interesting. Oh, it's more than beautiful and interesting. I mean, just that one. This one's just alluring me. It's just like, oh, talk about me. Because look at this. I mean, that's a bicolour. Can you see it? Can you see the bicolour? I mean, that's almost like a watermelon. And that, obviously, watermelon tourmaline is ridiculously expensive. In fact, it's museum worthy these days. It's so difficult to come by. You can find it in the Smithsonian, an amazing example, and it's also it's an awesome example of the crystal form, because this gemstone forms in long rods. Yeah. So it's quite an extended rod form, and so it's almost, if you ever have a look, just type in Smithsonian. I can't remember what the crystal's called. They actually give their big museum pieces their names, and I'm going to call it the steamboat. Have a look. Will you just type in Smithsonian steamboat, something like steamboat, and it's tourmaline, and it's in this. It's like almost pipes that looks like, you know, like the old-fashioned steamboat, like funnels. Yes, and that's exactly what it looks like. I might have got the name wrong, but it's something in the back of my mind says something got to do with steamboats. Anyway, but this is what this gemstone is. It's museum worthy. When it's so unique, it becomes museum worthy, and you've really got that quality of colour. I mean, look at that one. I mean, that's indicolite. That's not blues of anything other than indicolite in my mind. Almost heading towards Cuprian, which is, of course, one of the most defining gemstone colours in the tourmaline family. So you've got something really special. When you work with tourmaline, you really appreciate it. If you haven't worked with tourmaline, well, this is the chance to do so. $7.95 is all you pay. Huge opportunity to get hold of these deluxe gemstones. I mean, defining gemstones. Look at that one as well. Look at that. That's just really interesting. It's got those little flecks inside it. Can you see? Just fascinating. And you know the nicest part about tourmaline? You know it's real. You know it's Mother Nature's treasure. You know that it's Mother Nature's colours. I really like that when you work with it. People don't go, oh, is that plastic? Is that glass? They look at your neckline or your jewellery and they know it's genuine gemstones instinctively. And that's because this is a pegmatite, so it is compressed into a crystal natural form. So therefore you do get those little internal textures. I like that because I like the fact that you know it's real, you know it's Mother Nature's treasure, and you've got that look for just $7.95. Huge congratulations. This is it, your final chance to check out your baskets. If you've purchased anything today and you've put it in your basket, now is your time to check out. If you've joined us in the last 4 hours for our Sunday Saver, it's the last of the birthday celebration prices. We won't honour the birthday prices outside of this next minute or so you really have it. And I mean, it really is that serious. We really are saying to you, this is the time to check out. If you didn't get the cabochons, if you've left it in your basket, check out now. 4,750 carats of cabochons. That's not to be missed out on at the price tag of under £30. And obviously, again, we're only honouring it for this evening. That's us capturing the birthday vibe and getting away with it for the end of this evening, but that's probably about it. So this is your time to check out. This is your time to guarantee last of stock. Big thank you to Sarah for a lovely evening. Back with us tomorrow evening as well.
Mid-show.
Yep, mid-show. And I'll be back with you shortly. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye. You will need to know, from the item code to the product description with all of the key information. Then the price comes on, and whether you join at the beginning or at the end of the offer, everyone pays the final on-screen price. So when you see an item that you would like to